Hey, Twisters, and welcome, hockey fans. Tonight we've got a matchup between Pacific Division rivals. It's my San Jose Sharks hosting the Anaheim Ducks. We'll be live for the entire game, providing some commentary, chatting with you beautiful people out there. And of course, I will be joined by my co-host, and that is Cortana. Hey, Cortana, you want a treat? Good girl, good girl. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the start of the season. We'll also be sure to keep you updated on NHL scores throughout the evening as you're hanging out with us. And we'll see which of these teams is going to take home their first victory of the season. The Ducks came up empty handed 3-1 in their first game against the Seattle Kraken. Meanwhile, my Sharks, they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, falling in overtime to the Golden Knights by a score of 4-3. Wild game the other night, says being, yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Congrats on the victory. I did like the way that the Sharks played, though. It was just kind of a blunder at the end there in regulation and then in overtime. Vernon, what's going on? Good to see you here, and hope the Caps are. I think you're a Capitals fan. Are holding their own tonight. They are up 4-2 halfway through the third period against the Islanders. Mike, what's going on? Hey, not a bad start by the Penguins this year, huh? And well, actually, maybe check that because the Rangers are enacting revenge against them 6-1. Sharks were the better team, you thought. All around, maybe so. Maybe so. Got to be concerned. We're getting stomped on. Yeah, that's a kind way of putting it. I thought Ned actually, when he was inside his crease, I thought Nedeljkovic actually played a good game. But then, of course, you had what happened. Yeah, that was pretty awful. Yeah, I've got a tab right now on the Hurricanes and Flyers. That's been a pretty good game. Canes up 3-2 and unsurprisingly outshooting the Flyers by a score of 38 to 21 or maybe 22 now. Anyway, you guys let me know your predictions for this game here. Yeah, if you're a goaltender, send the goal. Oh, but yeah, good thing we were playing Maple Leafs. But yeah, we've got lots of young talents to have our eyes on tonight, not only for the Sharks, but definitely for the Ducks, too. We're talking about Cutter Gauthier, who kind of had an under the radar solid rookie year. Mason McTavish is still pretty young. I think he's still just 21 or 22. Becket Sennecke. I don't know if he pronounces it that or Sennecke. Well, anyway, Beckett had the lone goal for the Ducks in their first game against the Kraken. You have Leo Carlson coming into his second year here on defense. You have young guys like Olin Zellweger and Pavel Mintyukov. You also have Jackson Latham, who had earned a nice contract there. And for the Sharks, I didn't even mention this, but Sam Dickinson should be making his debut in teal for San Jose. So that's pretty exciting for us here. I like what Dickinson brings. He brings some great mobility for his size, and hopefully he can hold his own in his own zone. I'm happy to have one of the best players in Ryan Reeves. Right, right. I think it was fine for him to be in the lineup in the first game, but yeah, I would expect him to be kind of just a rotational player for this team. Eichel's goal was bonkers. Yeah, yeah. Hey, doesn't never hurts to put it on goal, right? Thanks for the free win. Hey, thanks. At least we got a point. At least we got a point. We're taking all the moral victories we can get this season. But yeah, let me know if you guys are watching any other games tonight. And actually, I'll just do a quick recap. I mean, this game it's a 7 o'clock Pacific start, so we've got time. Right? We've got time. I've got beer to drink, and Cortana's got treats to snack on. I was at the meet and greet with him and Smith, and he got traded during the meet and greet. That reminds me of Logan Thompson actually with the draft, but yeah, and then he was being interviewed, right? And then he's like, "Well, I don't think that fans are gonna be happy to hear this, but I've been traded to San Jose." We had let's see here, we had the Blues picked up their first win of the season by a score of 4-2 against the Flames. And we'll look at like who scored and all that, but I'm just gonna get caught up here. 3-2 Jets at home with a victory over the Kings. The Avalanche freaking teased us because they said, or they posted a photo yesterday of the team wearing Nordiques gear. They didn't show the jerseys; they just showed some of the equipment. They're not wearing the Nordiques jerseys tonight. What the hell? Thompson knew beforehand at the draft. Yeah, but he was doing a meet and greet at the draft, right? Isn't that what it was? And the Flyers actually have tied it up with 4 minutes left on what looks like a goal from Travis Sanheim. Blue Jackets and Wild are tied up at 2 at the moment. Predators and Mammoth. We gotta give a shout out to Will from Trailer Park Sports. He's at that game. Preds are up 2-1. Blackhawks Canadians tied at 2. Flyers and Canes, of course, now tied at 3. Panthers looking to go to 6-1 here, or excuse me, looking to go to 3-0 with a 6-1 lead over the Senators. Ooh, there are plenty of other games to get caught up on, of course. Love Utah's new logo. Bought a T-shirt recently. Yeah, I'm a fan. Like some people are saying, it looks like a like a generic logo out of NHL. I I can kind of see what they mean, but I don't care. I think it's a pretty solid looking logo. I like it quite a bit. And the jerseys, while the design is a very traditional design with those colors with that logo, I think it all looks really polished. I like it quite a bit too. I've been watching the Panthers and Sens game. Got Henderson Silver Knights and Abbotsford Canucks on as well. Nice. Yeah, it's a crazy day for hockey, man. Kind of weird that like we have 0 games and then it's like 16 games, and then I think tomorrow we just have 1 game, which is a little weak in my opinion. Going to watch Vegas versus Seattle soon. Oh, they're playing tonight. Yeah. Oh, that's the other late game. That's right. Yeah, I mean Seattle getting their first win of the year, their first game against the Ducks. We'll see if the wait are the Knights. Where's that game being played? Is that still in Seattle or is it back at the Fortress? If you will? Well, anyway, I guess I can start working on something here. Hey, what's up, Evan? How you doing, man? We got Evan in the building, Nordic 97. Thank you for joining me here. And hey, Flyers. Hey, it's been a very competitive game against Carolina. I've got that on right now, actually. There we go. Games in Seattle. Okay. Speaking of which, no. Anyway, I was just thinking about how I went to the Savannah Banana. They're not going back to Seattle this next year. They're going to be in Tacoma, which is just outside the city. So might go. I don't know about that game, but yeah, I want to see the bananas again, or more banana balls. But yeah, more banana ball games. Doing great. How am I? I'm very very good as well. Modest expectations from my boys in teal, and I would think you'd have similar expectations for the Flyers. But hey, it's a learning season. I'm sure that everyone's gonna. There we go. I think that it's going to be another sign of things to come, but it doesn't necessarily reflect that on the scoreboard. Hannafin is injured, so the defense looks horrible. Ah, yeah, that's right. Was he in for? He was in for the first game, right? Anyway, today's Chmertlik. Sorry, Nick, to say this. Go Ducks. Okay, cool, man. We need some quackers. We need some quackers on this channel. So I most definitely welcome you here. I mean, shoot, I picked the Ducks to actually finish third in their division. So if you guys want to win, I'm not going to be particularly upset. He got injured in overtime against LA. Boy, that was a fun game. That Vegas LA game. I got to see the third period for that. Defense looks even horrible with Hannafin. He can't be that bad. All right, so we got. I didn't really have anything lying around that I could heat up and eat, so I just made myself a PB&J. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I have a peanut butter porter here, a 16 ouncer, and I see that it's 9.2%. So it's It's a hefty one. So, Ducks are not winning. Schweik, but you like the Sharks also. Yeah, as a kid, of course, I think everybody liked, the Mighty Ducks, but, I used to go to Disneyland a lot as a kid, so I was cool with the Ducks too. And then when they rebranded, of course, because of the, change in ownership, I was like, "What the hell is this?" And then they had Pronger, and I'm like, "No, no, never again." Pronger and Perry. Where's Mrs. Twista? She is at a concert tonight. Has anybody heard of Hailstorm with an H? Hailstorm? It's funny because last week in town, Ailstorm from Scotland was in town, and we saw that. So she's at Hailstorm, and Apocalyptica is also performing with them. Apocalyptica is a string quartet, and they play covers of metal bands. Yeah, actually, Hailstorm. Shannon, the hockey guy, was at the Hailstorm show last night because they were in the Vancouver area. So yeah, and we're going solid here. We've got this drinking horn, or well, flagon. It's not really a horn, but I actually do have a drinking horn somewhere. But we got this very Viking inspired flagon. So cheers, friends. Here's to a great night of hockey, and hopefully a very close game for everyone's enjoyment. Now, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Still, I think you said I pronounced it right, but Schmertlich, are you from California? That's good. We got less than 2 minutes to go here between the Ducks and the Flyers. Fresno. Okay, cool. So I'm originally from Monterey, and then I lived around San Jose, Santa Clara, Mountain View. I lived in that area for what was that, 14 years. Man, I hope that the temperature's been dropping for you guys. Fresno in the summer. Yikes! What's going on? We got Chance dropping in here. We've got 7VLW. I'm just gonna go 7. 7. What's going on? Thanks for saying hello. If I ever go to Boise, I'm now employed by the Steelheads. Are you really? Oh, no way. You used to live in Oregon though, right? That's crazy, man. Hey, congratulations. That's really cool. What do you do for them? Monterey weather, much better than the Fresno weather. Yeah, so it's funny because like as a kid, I would complain. I'm like, it's just foggy every day. And so then I went to um, you know college in the South Bay, and it's like it's still you get the same weather every day. It's just yeah. So it just feels like Groundhog Day with California weather. At least we're talking about. Philip, what's going on? Just watched Red Wings first points. All right, congrats to the Wings. I've got the Wings making a wild card this year. They were good under Todd McClellan. I have faith. Is it Gibson starting tonight? I know that he started the first game. But yeah, I think that with him, assuming that he stays healthy, he was healthy last year. Then I think things could be good there. Trayvon, how you doing, man? Hey, dudes and dudettes. Yes, it's a very California stream, so subdued is encouraged. Excuse me. Uh, yeah. So, Chance, who do the Oilers play? Oh, you're a Bruins fan. That's right. Boston Bruins. They're playing. They beat the Sabres today. Not a bad start to the year if you're a Bruins fan. 3-1 over the Sabres. Oilers play Vancouver. Right. Vancouver. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I saw this video recently. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but it's like these Sabres fans walking out of the arena after they lost, guys just ranting, and he's like, "I was 6 years old the last time this team made the playoffs. I was in Disney World." Predictions for Dallas, Colorado. I'm gonna say Avs 3-2 overtime. I think the Avs will be fired up because we know what happened the last time they played Dallas, right? Also, speaking of the Avalanche, I want to congratulate Sharks legend Cortana. Come on, girl. I want to congratulate Sharks legend Brent Burns. He's playing his 1500th game. Let's see here. Asa Plattner is demanding that the Sharks stop tanking. Generally speaking, yeah, the Warsofsky and Greer said like they don't. He's like, yeah, they said that they don't want McKenna. I want Keaton Verhoff. I want to pick second overall. But I was going to say, I that interview with Hasso Plattner. If you read that, if you want to read that, it's on San Jose Hockey Now. San Jose Hockey Now, Sheng Peng, shout out, who bought me dinner, a really nice dinner in Prague when I was there 3 years ago. That Hasso Plattner interview was a fun read. Um, I never saw any quotes from the guy. He's so behind the scenes, and he lives overseas part of the time too. But I like this dude, and he really he just the guy can have whatever he wants in life, honestly. Um, and he's just like, yeah, like I wouldn't move the team to San Francisco. That's too far away from where I live. Because I don't know if he has a house in San Jose or Los Gatos or Palo Alto or whatever, but yeah, I think he's just like he just loves being an owner of a sports team and just wants to keep the Sharks where they are. McKenna overrated. Ooh, a little hot take, man. How, did he score in his second game? I know he scored in his first game. Yeah, Nick, you moved to Boise to be closer to family. Just manage your boring stuff. Okay, cool, man. Well, congrats, man. You know, it's funny. Like, I haven't been to Boise. It's just because like the Panhandle is so isolated that you don't think you don't have like business there. You go to Spokane for stuff, and then you might go to Seattle. Actually came from your Bruins fan friend who streams Bruins and Red Sox games. Okay, well, thank you for popping in, man. I feel like something's going to happen to the Sabres. Maybe switch of GM. Yeah, that something's got to happen. I mean, shoot, they sometimes can be terribly unlucky. Although some people say you create your own luck. Oh, Kane's in overtime. One timer. Oh, big save off Aho. That's a huge save. Here come the Flyers the other way. Sennecke. Oh, is that tip it? Zegras in front. Oh, a nice block. Oh, this is wild here. Yeah, but the Sabres need to do something, right? I credit the Leafs for moving on from Brendan Shanahan. There needs to be a seismic change in the Buffalo Sabres organization. And certainly, a facelift at that position would be good. We're still what? We're still a ways away from puck drop. So I'm going to be putting on other games here and just reacting to what we've got. How do I feel about How She Wang, Simon Wang? I was hoping they would pick like Fiddler. Wang is just too risky. I don't know why, but why do you think he's too risky? Of course, I wanted the Sharks. The Sharks had a couple options to select right-handed defensemen, so I can understand people's frustration around that. Definitely. Uh, I mean, Wang. Shoot, I've seen some highlights of Wang. I don't know about the quality of his competition, but the guy just a man among boys there. Not just physically, but how he actually performs out there. He's ridiculously fast, like, very mobile for that size. He's like 6'7". Uh, but yeah, of course, the Sharks absolutely they still need that right shot defenseman. and I just hope that there's a way that Keaton Fairhoff is available for San Jose. And who knows if even if they don't have the second overall pick, they might have the draft. They might have the assets, the draft capital to go out and get them. Letting out the inner jump. Vanessa, what's going on? Hey, thanks for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the first couple games of the season. Happy to have you here. Smaller channels are the best channels. Hey, it's cool when I know people by names, right? I know people's favorite teams. Not everybody, but I try to get to know people like that, and that's fun. You can actually have like real interactions with them, right? Bro Bolt, how you doing, man? Good evening to you. Hey, Cody, I got money on the Sharks. If they lose, I'm pressing the dislike button. Really? Well, good luck to you, and good luck to the Sharks. I feel like the offseason has been too dang long. Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the reasons is because not too much happened in free agency. There weren't like big trades, right? So the offseason definitely dragged on, especially as a fan of a team that hasn't played since mid-April. Tampa's 0-2 now. Really? Oh, oh, and the Flyers win. There was some sort of interference on the play, but I think it was friendly fire. So the Flyers pick up their first dub of the year, defeating the Hurricanes 4-3 in overtime. And yeah, the Devils defeated the Lightning by a score of 5-3. So yeah, Tampa 0-2 to start. I'm sure that John Cooper will find a way to help that team regroup. Uh, Flyers and everything, right? Because aren't the Phillies actually out of it now? Are they out of it? Philadelphia Phillies? I think I thought yeah, I think Game 5 was going on today. Maybe it's tomorrow. I don't know. I'm terrible at following baseball right now. What would I like the Sharks to add next in the rebuild? I mentioned earlier, right-handed defenseman, absolutely. And I mean, shoot, there really isn't much more in the way of drafting that I feel that the Sharks really need to address. I think they've drafted all their other positions to a great degree of talent and depth. So I don't have any other wishes other than that top pairing right-hand defenseman. Actually, shoot, they've got 2 first rounders. They can draft 2 of them. By the way, the Flyers goal is being reviewed. Vegas and Seattle are playing. Yep, yep. Your friend Thomas is it Thomas or Tomas? I don't know if there's an H in there. Keep your eyes on Matthew Schaefer. He's going to be one of the best D in the league one day. Oh, no goal. It's goaltender interference. Do left-handed shooters outnumber right-handed shooters? Yeah. I think the ratio for that is something like 65 to 35%, give or take. If anybody else has an answer to Falcons strike, but yeah, left-handed players greatly outnumber right-handed players. Although, like when you think about the greatest goal scorers of all time, a lot of them are right-handed. Like think about Ovechkin, Gordie Howe, Mario Lemieux, Brett Hull, right? Did Vlasic retire? No, actually, he is not retired just yet. But I mean, he's probably done. Honestly, good question, guys. Falcon Strike also said apparently Tomas Hertl was demanding a trade in 2024. If he wanted out so badly, why did he sign that massive contract? That's kind of something that I can't give a concrete answer on. Although he was probably under the assumption that like Timo Meyer was going to stick around, that Logan Couture was still there for a few years, and maybe he was just sold by the Wilson pitch, right? It was Doug Wilson, it was Joe Will, it was Doug Wilson Jr. as part of the hockey operations staff there. But that's good. Like when you look at that in hindsight, it is kind of a head scratcher, right? Yeah. So Vlasic's actually not on a team right now. Cyclonic Paradigm. It has been a while. Have you changed your name since, the last time you were on here? 'Cause sometimes people do, and I'm like, "Who are you?" Or let me know your favorite team. Currently watching Cubs and Brewers. I'd be happy for the Brewers. Oh, and the Canes win. One-timer. Who was that, Jarvis? Yeah, Seth Jarvis wins it in overtime. God darn it. I'd say that when we talk about players not on my favorite team, my favorite player in the NHL right now might be Seth Jarvis. He is such a talent. Canes were, like, so lucky they got him by taking on Patrick Marleau's contract. You changed your name. Okay, cool. Well, hey, let me know your, favorite team. Any Bay Area people still root for the A's here? Well, I'm a Giants fan, so I can't say that, all that many people root for them. I mean, they're still playing in Sacramento, so if they went straight to actually, then again, if they went straight to Vegas, they still would probably have fans, from the Bay, I would think. Actually, maybe not though, because the ownership. Dallas Stars. Okay, cool. Well, if you haven't yet watched my season prediction video, Hurdle knows Vegas is a contender and didn't want to be trapped in a rebuild his whole career. That makes sense. Yeah, it's just like why did 2 years after he signed that huge massive deal, like why would he sign that deal if 2 years later he'd be like, no, I want out? Because it's not like in 2022 the roadmap for the Sharks was a promising one. If you will. Are the Rangers? Oh, sorry. RD, what's going on? Could NorCal support another NHL team? Sacramento is a big metro area. Not too many people would know that, but it's got over 2 million people for sure, maybe 2.5 million. So I wouldn't say that it would be a big success, but they have the population, they have the market, I think. But the thing that's challenging is that they have the Kings there already for basketball, and that's basically the same time as hockey season. So I'm not sure. Sacramento is getting a major league soccer team, though, so that's good to see. Are the Rangers going to use their Centennial jersey for the Winter Classic, or are they going to get another one for that? They probably could use one, but I would think that they'll have a different jersey for the Winter Classic because they'll want to have the bigger numbers for broadcasting. There's actually a very small possibility that I could actually go to the Winter Classic this year. The microphone's a little fuzzy. Is it because I'm not talking directly into it? I know that my connection hasn't been the best, um, but yeah, keep me informed if things are not so great. A little laggy. Yeah, I've had a little bit of a spotty network connection, so I'm sorry about that. My internet's supposed to be really good here too. It might be from like watching something on a stream as well, but even so, I should have good enough bandwidth. The only Sharks game you ever attended was at the Cow Palace. Now you live in Anaheim and go to Ducks games occasionally. Well, yeah, you still definitely got to go, right? Because then that way you can you can go see them play the Sharks. You can, if Connor Bedard is in town, you would go see that too. Like when I went to Warriors games, Golden State Warriors games when I was a kid, not because I was a Warriors fan, but because I love basketball and I wanted to see Vince Carter and the Raptors come to Golden State or to, Oakland. And I wanted to see Kevin Garnett and the Timberwolves. So I hear you, man. All right. The reasons why I haven't been in the streams is because focusing on mental health. That's awesome. And your uncle, oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. That's real sad. Well, anyway, my best to you and your family, and we're here to support you if you want to lean on us for that, for a good community. Cortana, how's Cortana doing? Here, let's get her over here. Treat, here, here for a treat. Go on. Oh, it's Tommy. I remember Tommy. Good girl. Good girl. You want to say hi to all your viewers? Girl. So Cortana's doing pretty solid. I'm not sure if you ever heard about the injury that she had at the beginning of the calendar year. So back in January, Cortana tore her ACL in her left hind leg, and actually 2 years before then, she tore it in her right hind leg. So, she needed surgery, and this happened a day after she turned 11 years old. So, it was a real uphill battle getting her, um well, first of all, just how much money it costs to get surgery, and all the care for a dog with a, an injury like that. But thanks to you guys and people in my family as well, we raised $6,000, and that literally covered almost everything. And I'm talking about like follow up visits and medications and X-rays. Really, it was amazing that we did that. But yeah, Cortana's doing better now. Her leg's never going to be the same, unfortunately, but she can still play. She can still run around with me and not really catch the frisbee out of the air. She's lost a step or two. She's not as quick, but she's still running around. She's got great energy, and yeah, she'll be 12 in December. Hockey from home. Hello. What breed is Cortana? She is a hodgepodge of McNabb Shepherd and Coonhound and German Shepherd. Laucha, what's going on, man? Bienvenidos. Am I going to be on Canucks? Oh, am I going to be? Yeah, I will be on Canuck Clay's stream tomorrow. That's at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. Great question. Thanks for asking about that. Can't see either the Cubs or Brewers getting past the Dodgers. I freaking hope somebody does. And the Ducks fans are probably hoping that somebody beats the Dodgers too, right? All right, San Jose. Let me get to the game here. All right, let me just load up the broadcast. Gonna watch the NHL predictions. There you go, man. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. There we go. We got Randy and Drew because we had the ESPN broadcast for the first game, so it warms my heart that we get Randy and Drew back on the mic. Randy Hahn, Drew Remenda, one of the best tandems in the business. Oh, now you're a homeowner. Well, shoot, congrats, man. That's terrific. And I hope that you enjoy living in Boise. Like I said, I haven't been there yet, but one day I'm sure I'll get over there. Who I got, Sharks or Ducks? Well, I'm biased as hell because I'm a Sharks fan. I do have expectations for the Ducks this year. I think that they could actually push for a playoff spot. I'm gonna go for the Sharks, though. I'm gonna say Sharks win. Let's say this also goes into overtime. Anime nerd. Whoa, you guys are messages are flying here. What's going on, man? Lightning lost 5-3. Yeah, that's right. Wait, what did I just knock over? Oh, beer can. That's okay. We're all right. Hey, thanks, Eric. I appreciate that, man. Let's give Cortana a treat for Eric here. Here, treat. That's a good girl. Yes. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that. And by the way, if I don't answer your question, you can ask again. That's cool. We have a small enough group to where I can probably get to everybody. Let's see here. Cortana. uh, hey, thanks, Hockey from Home. Maybe I'll see you during Canuck Clay's stream tomorrow. Ducks gonna have playoffs. They are on the move up. Yeah, and I want to see something different, right? So even though I'm a Sharks fan, I mean, it makes me happy when the California teams are good, even if I don't cheer for them so much. But in a sense, I am cheering for them, right? So good luck to them, and good luck to Sam Dickinson in his debut. Are the Ducks the Sharks' biggest rival? Well, right now, the Sharks don't really have a big rival because they haven't been good in so long. If you ask Sharks fans, they might say the Golden Knights, but a lot of them will still say probably the Kings. Although from about 2007 until maybe from like 2007 to 2011, the Ducks were probably our biggest rival. ESPN literally switched to ads during play the other night. Oh, like middle of the game? I saw that. I wasn't watching ESPN Plus though. I was watching through Hulu Live, and I was mad too. So I just put on a bootleg stream instead. Purple says, "What's the biggest what if Super Bowl matchup I would have loved to see?" I mean, I gotta think about my Vikings. So, well, 98's the big year, but that wouldn't necessarily be a what if with both. Let me see if I can think about that. That's a really fun question. So for the Stanley Cup, I think about 2005, the Buffalo Sabres, they were a wagon back then. It could have been the Buffalo Sabres and maybe the San Jose Sharks. Like, if the lockout season did not happen in 04, 05, maybe the Sharks would have gotten Joe Thornton a year earlier. That could have happened. Night Terror, I didn't say hi earlier. Hey, I appreciate you popping in here, man. Go Ducks. Good luck to the Ducks this season. I wish them all the best of luck in 78 of their 82 games. Uh, at least Detroit beat Toronto. Congrats to the Wings. I am kind of cheering for the Wings a little bit. Then again, I'm cheering for the Wings. I'm cheering for the Senators. I'm cheering for a couple teams in the Atlantic Division to, disrupt the top three. I wonder if Flyers fans will still boo cut. Hey, they're Flyers fans. What do you think? Probably right. Not to mention Zegras, don't forget about him. Do I see the Sharks goalie skate out to the blue line and give up that overtime goal? Yeah, man, that was hilarious. I felt bad for me. Pretty much. Pretty much. Mrs. Twister was sleeping, so I decided to just stay quiet. I was just like, "Oh, what about Canucks and Oilers? Um, what about what about them? That game is that going on right now, or is that gonna start now? Let's see here. Canucks versus Oilers. That game's about to get underway soon too. Pats and Niners 2012. Okay, yes, that would have been amazing because Tom Brady being from the Bay Area. I don't know how good the Pats offense was at that point, but of course the Niners defense was terrific. I actually, even as a Vikings fan, I was really having a fun time following the Niners during that time. Uh, Vegas, Edmonton, LA are all and Vancouver are all better than Anaheim, so I don't see the Ducks making the playoffs. I bet you I mean, personally, I think that the Ducks will be better than the Canucks. I The Canucks, there's too much. It really just hinges too much on players that I can't rely on. Between Pedersen, Demko because of his health, and, maybe you can throw Besser in there. He only had 25 goals last year. Is Houston the biggest next potential expansion? Probably still Atlanta, by a small margin. Oh, who I got for that? Canucks and Oilers? Give me the Oilers for that. They're probably gonna be pissed off after how their first game ended. Ethan, what's going on, man? Thanks for hopping in here. Good evening to you. I know it's late over there. I love the Mammoth. Everything they have done since relocating has been awesome. Oh yeah, you might have an opportunity to go see them. I hope so. Oh, by the way, quick, go Steelheads. Go Steelheads. Um, I still have my Steelheads jersey, right? Yeah, I do have one. I've never been to a game, but I just got one online one time. Let's see here. Bills versus Eagles Super Bowl matchup. I would shoot the way things are going right now. I don't know. The Lions always find an interesting way to kind of shoot themselves in the foot, but I got to think the Lions are due. They're just picking up where they left off last year. Uh, Pats at the time had a rookie, Gronk, Aaron Hernandez, Ocho. I forgot that Ocho was a Pat. I love Ocho, man. I don't know if he'll get into the Hall of Fame, but for a while there, he was really that freaking good. Eagles have been shaky. Yeah, their offense hasn't gotten things going so much. All right, so we're gonna get to the puck drop in just a moment here. All right, so yeah, here we go. Let's go. All right, and the Sharks win the draw, and a lot of new defensemen for the Sharks, including John Klingberg and Nick Leddy. They're on a line together, and they ice the puck. Tommy Boy. Love to see Celebrini with an A on his sweater, kid stealing his high. Yeah. I mean, and the cool thing is that the rest of the league is recognizing that too, because there was that, player poll. We didn't, talk to a whole lot of players, like 36 or something like that. Well, the majority of them said that the next face of the NHL is going to be Macklin Celebrini. What games am I watching? I'm just watching the Sharks and Ducks for this. I did watch a little bit of the ooh, nice shot from the point by Gauthier. Well, I I did watch a little bit of the Jets and Kings. That was a great game, and Flyers versus Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are my favorite team in the Eastern Conference. Uh, I hope this is a good game. Yeah, me too, man. I think it's fun when you have these teams that are loaded with some young talent out there. And Lakem, yeah, Lakem, I gotta keep my eye on that guy. He had a nice kind of breakthrough season last year. Shoot, are the defensemen going to change for them? Oh God, wow! The Ducks nearly had like a backdoor pass into the zone that would have just sprung a breakaway. And now the Sharks can't even get it past center ice. Getting a little sloppy to start, boys. Chiefs versus Packers. I don't know if the Chiefs. I know the Chiefs can get in because of ref ball, but they don't look that good. They really don't. But there's still plenty of football left. Uh, Dream Stanley Cup final for this season. Okay. Oh, here's Eklund around the net. Oh, he almost scored. Kind of like how he almost scored that empty netter a couple nights ago. Dream Stanley Cup this year. I would say, I mean, I've got a couple of homer picks for myself. I would say maybe like Avalanche versus maybe the Devils. I don't know. I'm thinking about like Jack Hughes and Nathan McKinnon and the 2001 Cup, and the Avs would win and Brent Burns would skate off into the sunset as Stanley Cup champion. That could be pretty fun. I'm just trying to think of like what teams could possibly be in there. I mean I have high hopes for the Dallas Stars. If I could see them play any team, who would I want to see them play? Uh, I think Dallas versus Tampa would be super freaking fun. I'd really like that one. But then again, Tampa, they're 0-2. Or how about another one? I would love to see like Ottawa. Ottawa, even though my predictions will say otherwise, they're a team that could be really freaking good. Honestly, they're a fun team. I would like to see something like Senators versus Wild. Something like that would be cool too. The Jets won't be in the Super Bowl. Yeah, right. God, that's another lengthy playoff drought going on what, like 14, 15 years? Great questions, though. And Ethan, 26 months a member. Way to go, bud. Actually, you know what? Let's give Cortana a treat for that. Cortana, treat. Oh, here comes Selly. He kind of got tripped there. Then he passed it across the ice to nobody. Here, Cortana, come get a treat. 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 Come on. Come on. Oh, they score. Sharks score. And Toffoli. Here, goal treat. Goal treat. Here, want another treat? Woo! Toffoli. I kind of know him to the second degree. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's take a look at that. Smitty. Oh, Will Smith. Will Smith, what a beautiful setup from the right side of the top of the zone there. And Toffoli just gets it right on the tape and buries it past Mrazek. Anybody else watching the game? Because that was pretty. Way to go, Smitty. For I think his first point of the year. No, actually, I don't know. Maybe he got one the other night. I love the Sharks and Ducks new looks. I don't like the Ducks away jersey so much, but the home jersey I like quite a bit. I just don't like the shoulder yoke on the away jersey. It looks kind of weird. I don't know. I'm not used to seeing the Ducks like that. Ooh, nice shot by Terry, just a little high and wide. Trevor, how you doing, man? Hey, Canes by the skin of their teeth in overtime. That was a fun game. Congrats. Am I going to Miami? And I'm going to Miami. Um, small, like really small chance that I could go to the Winter Classic this year. Let's see here. Top 3 cup matchups you could see happening: Stars and Canes, Avs Canes, Oilers Canes. Yeah, the prognosticators out there are actually liking the Avalanche quite a bit. I personally don't see that as much, but I wouldn't complain if they went on another deep run because they're still one of the most entertaining products. And here come the Sharks again. Oh, Spinorama, no good. And now with speed, here comes, who's that, Zellweger? One of the young defensive phenoms on the Ducks. Nice chance out in the front looking for Vetrano. And the Sharks get the clear. Dennis, what's going on? The Dennis system. Devils won their first game. Yes, congrats to the Devils. A 5-3 victory against the Lightning. That's a good way to get your first dub of the year. The Jets' last playoff game, the AFC Championship game. Yeah. Remember, like the Jets used to be the biggest thorn in the side of the Patriots at one point. W prediction video. Thank you. I look at that roster. I'm just like, you kidding me? All Glenn Gulletson has to do is not do a Peter DeBoer with his goaltending. Here's Dickinson. Good support from Orlov. I got to watch number 6 in teal. That's Sam Dickinson. Dude, the aura on this young man makes me very hopeful for the Sharks blue line. Like, 7 years from now. Denali, how you doing? I'm live again. That's right. I was thinking about doing the first game of the season for the Sharks, but first of all, it was against Vegas, so I knew we would lose. But it was because I wanted to watch the first game with my boo, so I decided to do this game. And she's at a concert tonight too, so this is a great time to do a live stream. Did I move back to the Bay Area? No, I'm still here in Idaho. This is home for me now, man. I'm rooted. Going on 5 years now. Here's Klingberg. Hit play. Oh. And Alex, how you doing, man? I appreciate you jumping in. How mad am I at the goalie for the first game? Honestly, I'm not that mad in the sense that while he did not tend the goal well when he was in his crease and had to make saves, just stay with me here. I know the third one he was actually outside the crease. I know it was fluky. I'm sure he'll find a way to calm himself down in those situations and make the stop. But in terms of the actual shots he had to face in the crease, I thought Ned was very good. You have a soft spot for the Sharks. Hope to see them do well and the rookies take the lead. Yeah, I think the Sharks have earned some people's support recently just because of how bad it's been for the team in the wins and losses, and that people like Celebrini, it seems, and it's like the Sharks are kind of they kind of like memed themselves into a team that people are now like empathetic for. I don't know. Wanted to watch the first game with my lady. Not us. You don't worry. You guys are still my first love. Well, after Cortona. I'm in the potato state. Yeah, there aren't any potato farms around me though. What's my opinion about the Mariners? So I haven't really been following baseball, but I'm definitely happy the Mariners are, one step closer to hopefully getting to the World Series because they've never. So, I mean, if there's a team remaining that I would like to see win, it'd be the Mariners. But if it's the Brewers instead, I'm fine with that. If it's the Cubs, that's fine with me too. Just no Yankees, no Dodgers. I abandoned us. How could I? Hey, I've given you two game streams this week. And with you guys sticking around, let's just say there will definitely be more. I didn't even stream last year at all, hardly. Favorite Super Bowl of all time, Super Bowl 50. Your friend Cameron got a ring. Wait, was Super Bowl 50? That was Peyton Manning uh, riding off into the sunset, right, with the Broncos. What is my favorite Super Bowl? I would say up there would definitely be between the Steelers and Cardinals. That Super Bowl was really freaking good. Also seeing the Pats lose to the Giants, especially the first time with the David Tyree catch. Even wait, was that the same year as the Mario Manningham catch, or was that the next time? Well, anyway, amazing, amazing moments. Uh, like to see the Cubs make the World Series. I mean, yeah, they haven't made that many in the last, you know, 80 years or whatever. His favorite Super Bowl is obviously when the Vikings won. Yeah, you know me so well. Super Bowl 43 was the best. I mean, there were some really fun ones, even when the team that I didn't want to win won. My other favorite Super Bowl would probably be what would that be? 33, I think, or 32? 32 Broncos over Packers. When John Elway did the the helicopter run, that was one of my favorites. I love that Super Bowl. David Tyree was the first Giants Super Bowl against the Pats. That's right. Excuse me. Is she out here? Is Cortana still around? Yeah, yeah, of course. Have you not seen her? Do we need more Cortana? We need more Cortana. Come here, baby girl. Yes, 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 yes. Fine. Afraid to ask about her? Oh, that's cool. I mean, she is slowing down just a little, but even so, she'll play fetch with me twice a day, and she still has good energy. She'll be 12 in January, but yeah, she's doing great. Thank you. Cortana is too good for humans. She probably the most truthful thing I've read on here all night. And there have been many truths. It's a commercial break, by the way. God, I'm not even like watching the game because you guys are making this fly. Very impressive and fun, especially with a flagon of peanut butter porter in my hand. If McDavid, oh, Ethan gifting a membership. I guess we need to see more Cortana. Another treat. Come here, another treat. Come on. Thank you, Ethan. Who's getting the membership? Oh, what a good girl. Which reminds me, I need to set up another member stream. Hi, nice. Maybe we'll do a watch party for members at some point. Out of the 10 new players, who's my favorite? It would be Dickinson. That's a great pick. I'm keen to see how his coverage has improved. Hopefully in his own zone, but yeah, Dickinson would probably be up there for me. Uh, Now this guy is not new to the team, but he's playing his first full season in Teal, like first full season on the roster for all 82 games. I love Colin Graff, dude. Freaking love Colin Graff. I think he arguably has the best hockey sense of any player that's not celebrating. Am I 21 yet? And I've been 21 since oh god, iPhones were still pretty new when I turned 21. I was in freaking Denmark for that one. Membership? Chance, was that you? Oh, yeah, I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But, it's a nice little lubricant, right? Uh, if ever in history the same city had franchises in the grand final the same year. I think I understand what you're saying. Actually, oh wait, oh, shot from the point. Oh, there's a big rebound there from Mrazek. Eklund behind the net. Come on, baby. Feeds it to the point. Shot. Oh, Mrazek, another pad save, can't find the rebound. Second line for the Sharks, creating a lot of chances tonight. But yeah, Laucha, I knew in 2016, for example, in 2016, the Sharks and the Golden State Warriors were in the finals. Granted, that's not the same city, but that's the same, metropolitan or kind of like the same metropolitan area. You made a stupid bet with a Pats fan for the game against the Bills. Turn 27 this coming week. All right, cool. Well, happy early birthday to you, Trevor, and hopefully the Canes deliver some victories around that time too. Has it ever happened for all 4 sports? I can't answer that. I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe like back 100 years ago or something, or like I don't know, something like that. Will the Panthers three-peat? If they have Barkov, I will say yes. If they don't, I don't see it happening. But they don't miss him right now, do they? Their stadium is incredible. The Panthers or which team are you talking about there? Oh, SAP Center. Oh, cool. Hey, cool. I'm happy to hear about that. Where you don't live in the Bay Area, do you? When they recently renovated it? Nice. Well, I'm happy to hear about that. I went like 2 years ago, so I'm sure that they've made some upgrades since then. Yeah. I mean, that's gonna be such a fun arena in a couple years when the team is more competitive. The Bay Area is a lot of fun. I mean, there's so much to see and do around there. Here comes Reeves with some speed. Ryan Reeves, he scored! Guys, we have a Ryan Reeves goal. Ryan Reeves, are you freaking kidding me? Anybody with a 7 in their jersey is gonna have goals tonight. Ryan freaking Reeves, are you kidding me? Okay, Teal, Team Teal, you look good in teal, buddy. Here, let's give goal treat. Goal treat. Here we go, girl. Yeah, good girl. Oh my goodness. Ryan Reeves driving the net. Oh my gosh. Barclay Goodrow makes a big hit in the neutral zone, and that springs Reeves. And he goes around, I think, Drew Hellison. Wow. I can't believe it, man. Ryan freaking Reeves. I mean, I know that he'll, like, maybe clean up a rebound or two, but damn. That was a pretty goal. Bay Area is a nice place to visit. It's not a great place to live in. I mean, I hear you in the sense. I mean, there are reasons, right? But like, there are really nice places that I think a lot of people would want to live in, like Los Gatos, Los Altos. I lived in Mountain View for 7 years, and that was a pretty good place to live. The North Bay though is so pretty, like north of the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, here's Gauthier now, and he squeezed one by Askarov. That is not a good goal to give up by Askarov. He got handcuffed. It's now 2-1 off of that shot from Cutter Gauthier, and the Ducks are back in it. All right, Cortana, you need another goal treat, girl. Here we go, girl. Good girl. Yeah, that's not a good one from Askey. Mountain View is right by Palo Alto. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a nice spot for sure. If McDavid moves on in 3 years, do I think Minnesota would be an option? I can't see that being an option for them just because of Kaprizov's contract, honestly. Even as the salary cap is going up, they won't be able to afford McDavid. But even if they were, I don't know the Wild's prospect pool super well, but I mean, they don't really have an elite level center. So it wouldn't be a bad fit, but I can't see that working out. Oh, okay. He ended up winning that bet because the Seahawks won. I hated that Super Bowl. That Super Bowl was so boring. Bucks are having a hard time clearing here. Shot from the point. Askarov, he lost it, but it went play. So Friggin Reeves says, Dean, yeah. Did he have any goals like that in Vegas? My God. The one where Denver won the Super Bowl and beat the Patriots on the way there. Oh, that's 2015 season. Okay. And then, but then he got his ring a couple years later. Do I like seeing the tank pretty full on game two? Yeah, of course. You know, it's watching some of these games. You can hear a pin drop in that arena. Unfortunately, um, I was fortunate to go to most of my games when the team was pretty darn good. I mean, I was living in the area, but yeah, it's been um, it's been kind of a ghost town during a lot of the season, but it's going to get a little better this year, and I think it'll, of course, trend in the right direction, just like the team. The Sharks, the prices to go to games, I don't think they're that bad. I'd have to look at, like a SeatGeek or something like that. But the average ticket price for the San Jose Sharks has been one of the more affordable tickets. Same thing with the Ducks too. If you sit in the lower bowl, I think compared to other teams, it actually is probably close to average or a little bit higher. But during some of these weeknight games, you can probably get in for like $30 or something. Tickets were so cheap, yeah. Uh, would I move back? No. This is home for me now. What do I think about Super Bowl 59? That was last year. Oh, I had no interest in watching that. But I'm happy that the Chiefs didn't win. Not like I rooted for the Eagles actively. I not exactly an Eagles fan, but I just didn't want the Chiefs to win. And hopefully we've seen the last of them, honestly. It's just you get fatigued with the same team winning over and over, right? The Pats, or some people would say Florida hockey teams, or the Blackhawks in their dynasty run, or the Penguins, right? Why do I not want to move back? I love it here. It's beautiful. I like being somewhere that's not as populated, honestly, and it's gorgeous here, and it's more affordable. And my fiance, like her family's here too, and they're awesome. So like I don't want to move away from that. Plus, I don't know what the hell kind of salary I need to make just to freaking be able to afford a closet for rent. Yo, Jaws, what's going on, man? Hey, good to see you here. Hey, everybody, welcome the biggest Panthers fan on the planet, Flan. Yo, it's good to see you here, buddy. And yo, congratulations on your engagement. Of course, we've got some catching up to do for sure. All-time favorite Sharks jersey, the 25th anniversary jersey, and Dmitry Orlov is going to the park. Have I watched the Tank Talk interviews with Brody? Is that where he talks to the fans? I actually I think I might have seen. I saw the Professor Hockey one, if that's what you're talking about. Um, who I really like. Professor Hockey breaks it down maybe better than anybody else on YouTube. But yeah, the Ducks are going to go to a power play here with 6:32 left in the period. Um, you're subject to flying fluffy. That's what we love to see. But yeah, the 25th anniversary Sharks jersey is my favorite, Philip. It was like the original jersey, but with the current shade of teal. Ducks control the face-off here, and Lakem moving to the top of the circle. Carlson, Askarov gets the stop. Puck's behind the net now. All right. Hey, catch you later, Trevor. Have a good night, and happy birthday to you. 20K before you hit 10K. I gotta make some freaking videos. and then maybe I can get to, like, 19. Oh, man, the Ducks had a seam pass wide open, couldn't execute there. That could have been easy to happen. Latham shot, Askarov a save, and nice job by the Sharks defense being able to pick the puck up or pick up the rebound and send it down the ice. Am I gonna do a Sharks theme wedding? I'll find a way to kind of, you know, get a little nod to the Sharks. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna do anything extravagant, honestly. Goodrow, and he'll dump it into the corner, and the Ducks have about 45 seconds left on this power play. Reeves didn't have that many goals in Vegas. He had a lot of penalty minutes though, and a lot of fighting. Yeah, I mean, like, look, we brought him in for a reason, but damn, he looked good on that goal. And here I am. I used to not like Ryan Reeves, but time heals all wounds, I suppose. All right, here's Gauthier over to the other point. McTavish. Now Zellweger back to McTavish shot, and that goes off the post and stuffed in off the rebound. And who was that there? That was Sennecke, and he makes it 2-2. And Askarov a little leaky, man, a little leaky. Not loving that, man. But he's got to get some NHL experience under his belt. And I got to give Cortana a goal treat because we got to be fair. But yeah, Klingberg, what's Klingberg doing on a penalty kill, first of all? But yeah, that went off Askarov off the post, and then Sennecke had inside position on Klingberg and stuff to him. Cortana, treat? Mind you, your parents' 50th anniversary. Oh, their vow renewal. That's cute. Here we go. Oh, good girl. My goodness. And when's that going to be? Your dad requested in February. All right, cool, man. Wait. There's a fight going on now? Wait, who's that? Ross Johnston and Ryan Reeves. Reeves getting in some early jabs, trading blows. Reeves going for the helmet. Reeves giving it to him. Oh, he ducks a punch there. Johnston hanging in tough. Can't quite connect on the punches, though. These heavyweights still tussling. Grappling. Reeves without that visor. You think visors are cool? And now they're just kind of tired, and the refs break it up. Good scrap. Good scrap. Yeah. I mean, I moved here during COVID, so it was kind of like I'm like, hey, I don't even know if I'll ever be able to go anyway. So I watch our local team, the Spokane Chiefs. I didn't. Well, yeah, I didn't move here because of my lady. It took me 3.5 years to find her, but hey, it was worth it. What's going on here? Yeah, just a reminder, I will be on Canuck Clay's channel at 8 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Pacific Division. Did Boise ever support a major sports team? 800K similar to Winnipeg? I wouldn't think so, but the area is still growing at a decent clip. So one day, maybe. I mean, Salt Lake City is not that far away, and that area is definitely bigger. And we've seen sports teams succeed there. So I think Salt Lake would still kind of get the nod over Boise. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. Make all my friends and family wear Sharks gear. Well, the thing is that a lot of people are going to have to fly from out of state, so I don't really want to make them do all that much, honestly. But I like the idea. The that number is probably too small for a Big Four team. AHL, yeah, I mean they have an ECHL team. That's the Idaho Steelheads. But yeah, in terms of an arena there, I don't know what they have. The Steelheads play in an arena that it only seats like 5,000 people, or 5,500. Apparently, Dangle was lamenting losing Marner in his postgame. Really? We're already there, huh? We're already there. By the way, Dangle, we figuratively force him out for Iggy and for anybody who's, of course, lost a fur friend in recent time because fur friends are the absolute freaking best. So we're at 4:44 remaining in this period, by the way. Sharks jumped out to a two-goal lead on tallies from Tyler Toffoli and Ryan Reeves, but the Ducks have answered back with goals from Cutter Gauthier and Becket Sennecke. I mean, shoot. The future has to definitely be bright in Orange County when you've got two of your youngsters answering back that quickly for them. Thank you. I appreciate that, Denali. Ryan's racking up the penalty minutes. Hey, now all Ryan Reeves has to do is get an assist, because then that would mean he'd have a Gordy, right? I'm off to work. All right, man. Ooh, dang, graveyard shift, huh? It's been far too long since I last streamed. Well, I mean, I have done some streams in the last couple of months, but just like YouTube doesn't recommend them, I guess. Doesn't matter if Dangle misses Marner. Toronto's still going to boo him when he comes there. Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember what Dangle had to say about. I don't know if it was a first-hand account, but his account of talking to Marner's agent, and now Klingberg's going to take a penalty here. It's going to be a holding. But play goes on. Mikhail Granlund, former Shark. I wonder if he got any boos tonight, because the Sharks actually offered him a deal to come back and he turned it down. Iggy the victory puppy, rest in peace. Indeed. But now he's off playing with Charlie. That's what matters most. All right, so Ducks going to go on their second power play. That's how they scored their second goal. And John Klingberg is not having a good period. The nice thing is that we don't have to worry about him being on the kill now. John Klingberg. For a hot moment, he was one of the best offensive defensemen in hockey. If you can remember that back in like 2018, around then. Shoot, John Klingberg was on that Stars team that went to the Stanley Cup final with Dobby, Anton Hudobin. Well, it's official. We suck at home again. Hi, Jake. Well, join the club. Good to have you here, though, man. Sorry that the it's coming with no football tomorrow. Come on, Graf. Oh, I love you calling him Graf. He gets the clear. Tony says, I remember 15 to 20, I had to buy bootleg merch to get that goalie mask logo for the Ducks. So glad it's back. Yeah, me too. I think that the updates they made to it look good as well. 15 to 20 years ago. Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, and I understand that they want to still keep the colors because they are Orange County's team. But yeah, the logo looks good. I was saying earlier, I like the home jersey a lot. Not as big on the road jersey. I don't really care for the shoulder yoke with the striping design that they have, but yeah, the home jersey looks pretty sweet, I think. Okay, there's battle in the corner. Ducks retrieve it here. Here's Troy Terry. He shoots and just a little bit wide. He might have had Askarov fooled there for all I know. Back to the point. Lakem a shot. Ends it behind the net. Granlund, he'll scoop it over to Carlson. He'll take it again behind the net. And he can't connect with that pass, and the Sharks are able to dump it out. And now it's just 15 seconds remaining on this. You got to go, Vanessa. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again soon enough. Do I like seeing Macklin with the A? I feel bad for Will. I mean, Macklin's the only young guy who got a letter. I think that there's going to be a good chance that one or two more young players get an alternate letter for next season. whether that's Smith or I mean, if I would feel more bad for Eklund personally because he's been there longer, and I think his game, while it's not always that flashy, his game has matured so well, and I think that he's really just coming into his own from a maturity standpoint to where I would trust him to be part of the leadership group, starting next year. But yeah, I think next year that'd be nice if the Sharks had a captain. So the Sharks are able to kill off that penalty. Let's see if they can at least get the puck in the Ducks zone to end this period because they've definitely been on their heels. The Ducks have woken up and they're coming again. And Askarov, I want this guy to succeed quite a bit, but yeah, he is kind of looking shaky in his debut, and that's just a one timer right through the slot. That was Ducks. Ducks are really finding good patches of available ice out there. All right, Toffoli's got it in the corner. He's going to bump it over, and it doesn't quite get to the point. Eklund facing some heat there from somebody on the Ducks who I don't recognize, Nestorenko. There we go. And 20 seconds left. There will be one more entry into the zone here for McTavish. And see, the Sharks are just giving up chances too easily there. Anaheim just registered their 15th shot. Brewers beat the Cubs, and now they'll face the Dodgers in the NLCS. All right, Brew Crew, let's go. Better logo. The worst fan base is the Indianapolis Colts. What? Blasphemy. I talked to a Colts fan who thought Andrew Luck quit on the Colts. Nah, nah. It was kind of like what happened with Jack Eichel and the Sabres. But no, no. Colts are nowhere near the worst fan base in the NFL. Goodrow. I mean, has anybody ever met an Arizona Cardinals fan? I'm not saying that they're bad fans. I'm like, I think I've met like 3. Another underrepresented fan base who must be enjoying the NFL season would be the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. I'm really enjoying watching them. That game against the Chiefs was freaking fun. All right, we've hit first intermission, and the Ducks have really turned the momentum in their favor, in my opinion, but lots of hockey left to be played. It's the Sharks and Ducks tied up at 2, excuse me. Can I get a Duval? Yeah, they've been fun. Brewers and Blue Jays would be hilarious because American media would hate it. That's true. Yeah, those are Milwaukee as a sports market's not a big one. They probably would rather have the Cubs and Dodgers, right? Or well, wait, they couldn't play each other. Sorry. Uh, Mariners versus Dodgers. Yeah. So wait. Are we down to the final 4 now? You predicted them to win the AFC South. Wow, nice. Uh, are are the Sharks doing a little bit better? You're saying than last year? That defensive coverage looked pretty awful. But generally speaking, yeah, it's only 2. We've only played 4 periods of hockey, but generally, yeah, I thought that they played good against the Golden Knights. I really do. I think they played a very good game. But they need to find a way to at least get some zone time later in those games when they have the lead, right? That was a problem they had last year, and it didn't look much better there toward the end of regulation against the Golden Knights. Final 4 are Seattle, Toronto, Milwaukee, and LA. Yeah, okay. Thank you, RD. Were the Preds the biggest fall off last year? Yeah, it's gotta definitely be them relative to the expectations. Yeah, I had pretty high expectations as well. So, yeah, they were the biggest fall off. Which team do you think is gonna be the biggest fall off this year? For me, at least in my season predictions, it was maybe the Kings. And I really don't think that they're a bad team. It's just that their defense definitely took a hit with Gavrikov leaving. How many hats do I own? Okay. I personally have a massive hoard of them. Oh, I wanna know more about this. I'd say I probably have in terms of, like, caps, I probably have about, I don't know, like 40, 30, 35, 40, something like that. I do have quite a bit, not one of every team, but I love collecting hats. Uh, and then I have, probably about 15 or yeah, like 15, 20 beanies maybe? Good question. Islanders sell off everybody and finish 16th in the conference. That's a bit of a hot take. Um, I have the Isles finishing ahead of the Penguins, but yeah, I have them 7th in that, division. Brewers beat the Cubs? Yeah, yeah. It's Brewers, Dodgers, right? Is my fiancé supportive of me liking hockey? Yeah, she likes hockey. We go to Chiefs games together. She watches anytime I wanna watch the Sharks, she's there with me pretty much. She's super cool. So, yeah, like, I can talk about it ad nauseam. She is I do not understand how she can still stand me after not even 2 years together, but yeah, she's amazing. Let's see here. How do I feel about the first game besides the goalie mistake? I think they played really well. Yeah, I I completely agree. I think even Dean, who's a huge Golden Knights fan, was saying, earlier in the stream, he's like, "I think the Sharks were actually the better team in that game." And I thought that they did look like the better team for, a significant portion of that game. So, I know that the Knights were playing, on a back-to-back, but even so, it's like the Sharks are their talent pales in comparison to the Knights, and San Jose looked good. I thought that, actually defensively, they looked pretty solid. So, it's kind of odd that they're struggling so much tonight, but the Ducks are coming at them with a lot of speed, really quick decision making in the Shark zone. Uh, Colts fans are even more annoying than Cowboys fans. Do we have any Colts fans here? I can't just be the only one here who's saying the Colts don't have bad fans. I've always thought Colts fans were good. Uh, 78 Caps, 78. Nice. Now is that mostly hockey, or do you have kind of like mixed across sports? Mine are almost are they mine are almost all hockey, I think. I have a couple like for like the Giants, for baseball. I have a couple Giants hats, Minnesota Vikings hat, what's going on? We got Midnight Solar in the building. How are the Blue Jackets looking here? Columbus Blue Jackets. Have this isn't their first game today, is it? Oh, shoot, they beat the Wild 7-4. Woo! That is a barn burner. Well, pretty close to one. So the Blue Jackets won 7-4. Miles Wood getting the first tally. Then it was Marchenko again. Werenski. Marchenko had a hat trick. Fantilli and Jenner. Excuse me. Wow. That must have been a fun one to watch, huh? The Habs and Sens were probably the most surprising relative to expectations, especially Montreal, I think. Now they're expected to stay above the playoff line. Yeah, I mean, the Habs, what did they do in the offseason? They got Dobson, and Demidov is now on their team full time. So it's like, how can you have them? You say, okay, they might have overachieved last year, but even so, those upgrades in their lineup makes them probably at least as good as they were last year, right? Ottawa, I was kind of high on Ottawa last year, but even so, like they're not like a team that gets a lot of attention, right? So yeah, really good season with Travis Green in his first year there. It was funny to see Hurdle in the box. I counted; he was there 3 times, really 3 times. By the way, the NFL sideline hats, those are oh my gosh, those are horrible. It was a crazy game. 2 Kirils in that game, yeah. But, Marchenko was the only one with goals, right? We got Omega Fish, what's going on with the Mammoth logo? I love it. So are you a Utah fan? Actually, how are the Mammoth lost to the Predators, is that right? No, actually. They they beat the Preds 3-2. They were losing late in that game, right? You love the new NFL hats. Mostly hockey. I have a few from all sports. Also, I like birds, so team's mascot is a bird. I'm interested, except Pens and the Philly Eagles. Um, do you have like a Cardinals hat with the birds on it? Because that would look pretty fresh. Blue Jays hats are pretty damn good too. Uh, hey, what's up, Sukuna? How you doing, man? Uh, nice job by the Blues there. I guess it was the second period where they really showed up, huh? What player am I rocking on my jersey? I actually don't. This is a blank. Yeah, I don't have a number on this one. I don't have a number on the new road one, but yeah. Not that I wouldn't want one, 'cause I like that the Sharks actually have different, they introduced a new typeface with these jerseys. You're a Mammoth fan. Awesome. That's cool. I think that you're actually the first Mammoth fan that, I've come across on my streams here. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give my dog Cortana a treat on behalf of your fandom for Utah. Hey, Cortana, treat? Where you at, kiddo? Here, come here. Omega Fish, we got a Mammoth fan up in the building. Here we go. There you go. That's a good girl. Oh my goodness. That's a good girl. Yeah, eventually, I'd love to have a Mammoth jersey, though. I do have a Cardinals hat. The logo is the cardinal with a bat. Yeah, in a batting stance. Okay, that's that's pretty fun. Yeah, like the Cardinals baseball jerseys. The Cardinals might they're up there with like maybe the best in the league. The Cubs are heading to Cancun. Choke Cubs, choke, choke Cubs, choke. No, I don't hate the Cubs. I'm a little pissed off they beat us in 2016, but that's okay. They were a team of destiny. You know, probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people went a whole lifetime and never got to see them even in the World Series. Ryan Reeves is shirtless for his intermission interview. That's funny. All right, let's take a look. What are some of the other scores going on around the league here? Dallas has a 3-2 lead over Colorado at second intermission. I guess I could present my screen here too. Let's see, is there any what's the most shocking result we have here in tonight's scores? Yeah, Rangers beating the Penguins 6-1. That's a real eye opener. I guess these results tonight are not that shocking. Maybe 7-4 Blue Jackets over the Wild, huh? The baseball Cardinals have one of the most iconic threads in team sports. Yeah, definitely not just baseball. Good point. Of course, as we know, the most successful National League team of all time. Are the Sharks going to be butt again? Yeah, I still think so. I think that this is going to be the last like bad year. I think that next year they take a sizable step forward. I wouldn't think that they're going to be a playoff team, but hopefully, when we get around to the 27-28 season, I hope that's when the Sharks get into the playoffs. That'd be nice. Shoot, that's that's still a long ways away, man. We haven't made it since 2019. Um, do we have any fans? Oh, we had a couple Ducks fans here because the Ducks haven't been since 2018. So that's kind of another reason why I'm hoping that they are able to take a big step this year. They took a pretty big step last year too. How much do I believe in Celebrini? I mean, I think that he's getting look. Don't get me wrong. He's a gifted player. I think he's being hyped up a little bit too much, but I think that's just because of the type of game he plays. People are really impressed at how matured he is in his like defensive game and just how he's able to break the puck out, get into the zone. I think that, we still need to see him really capitalize on his shots. He takes a lot of them, but, I think that he does, like, when he was drafted, he looked like a complete player. He carries himself that way, so I do have faith that he's gonna be, a he'll be a superstar, you know? Maybe not the most flashy superstar, but he's gonna be one. So yeah, I think he's a great, centerpiece for this organization, but it's like, look, if he's not putting up a point per game this year, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna sweat about that at all. He's 19 years old. Yo, we got, my A's bias. Thank you for subscribing. New subscriber introducing my son to Sharks hockey tonight. He was pumped seeing Ryan Reeves fight. Do I remember the first time seeing a hockey fight? I mean, I kinda do. Shoot, I'm trying to think of who might have been fighting. Like, would Jeff Andrews have been fighting for the Sharks? Maybe. Or, like, maybe, like, Mike Rathje? I don't know how much he fought. But yeah, I remember as a kid, that was my favorite reason for going. It was the fights and also because of Sharky. I loved Sharky so much. We've got fatality Blackhawks. 2 games, almost made a comeback and still lost. Man, how we fell so far. Hey, you're preaching to the choir. We welcome fans of struggling franchises who have bright futures. So I appreciate you joining us. I'm building a house in a game, and it's going to be NHL themed. Sharks will be one room. What other teams should I do? I like Dallas and the Maple Leafs. Okay, well, cool. How about you choose a team from the Metropolitan Division besides Dallas and Toronto, because then you'll have all the divisions covered. And so, how about you do one for Columbus? How about you do one with a little love for Johnny Hockey? I think that would be great. Fight Night at the Joe. That was your introduction. Wow. Dang, man. I swear, man. It's like it's not Sharks content. Like if I make content on the Red Wings, that gets a lot of views on this channel. We need the Red Wings back in the playoffs this year. I'm like trying to manifest it. I would really like to see Detroit back in the playoffs. Celebrating's got a little Patty Marlowe and Couture. I mean, Logan was a pretty complete player, but I think that the skill of Celebrini already, you can tell it's going to be even greater. It's crazy. This being Kopitar's last season. It is. It is. And it's awesome how he has been able to kind of still perform at such a high level with the game changing so much throughout the course of his career, right? When he was there, when he first broke into the NHL, it wasn't the dead puck era, that was before then, but you still had giant enforcer-like players out there, like Derek Brugard, rest in peace, and, Wade Belak, rest in peace too, Donald Brashears. I think George Laraque still might have been playing too. So the game was not what it's morphed into 10 years following that. So for him to still be able to perform at the level he has is really impressive, and captaining a team and yeah, and he's taken on a variety of line mates over that time as well, and I hope that he gets in first ballot because like being a Sharks fan, I saw Joe Thornton get in first ballot, and if Joe can do it first ballot, then I think Kopitar certainly has earned that as well. Dylan Gunther got the overtime winner. Oh, okay, so it was overtime. All right. You will occasionally, this is going to sound really freaking weird, but you will occasionally hear me refer to him as Dylan. You touch my trauma log. It's a very, very old internet reference. Is that Sam Dickinson's parents? It's got to be. He looks a lot like them. Yeah. Yeah, Dickinson's parents are at the game. That's awesome. Is Shane Bruder is the best goalie ever a hot take? It's not a hot take, but I think that a lot of people in the hockey community typically they'll say either Hasek or Wah. And it's funny because it's like, There were goalies before them too, like late greats like Ken Dryden, Bernie Perron, Jacques Plante. Who else would probably be in that conversation from before the Brodeur Wahashik era? Uh, see, I can't really say if somebody like Kirk Broda would be a part of that conversation, or Johnny Bauer, or George Hainsworth. That's probably one of the goaltenders that people never talk about. Celebrini's a Blue Jays fan. I mean, that makes sense. Either that or Mariners, right? Born and raised Michigander, and we definitely live up to the hockey town game. Yeah, hey, I love the way that they're, kind of branding this Centennial season quite a bit. Okay, we're gonna get to the start of the second period now. Okay, God, you guys make intermission fly. I love it. Keep it coming. Excuse me. I think it's Brodeur by a pretty wide margin. I mean, I think that Brodeur, look, he certainly like I'm not going to say he's not the greatest of all time. I think it helps that he had the infrastructure around him, right? With he had Scott Niedermayer, Scott Stevens, Ken Danico, and you can even talk about the coaching and like neutral zone trap and all that. But sure, like if you named the three greatest goaltenders in NHL history and didn't have Brodeur in there, that would probably even I would probably raise an eyebrow. Can't believe it's been a year. Yeah. First hockey fight was Max Talbot versus the Flyers in Game 6, turned an 0-3 game into a 5-3 win. Really? Wow. Damn, that's pretty impressive. Especially because yeah, there wasn't scoring wasn't quite as high back then. But when I think about that era, I also think about how the Flyers the next year they reverse swept the Bruins. That was bonkers. Kind of a Cinderella run that they went on. All right. Wait. Oh wait, what's going on there? I didn't see. They were giving some stick taps, I think, to Ryan Reeves. Maybe for scoring his first goal. I'm not sure. Rooting for Columbus to make the playoffs. Yeah, they went on such a great run for they looked ahead of schedule. Yeah, we'd all be happy if they went. Oh God, the Ducks. Oh, Askarov, big pad save. Boy, like the Ducks are just getting behind the Sharks' defense so easily. Here comes Eklund. Yeah, not a very good drop pass there. Pick a goal would be Game 7 against was that against the Stars? That would have been a pretty awesome goal to see. Absolutely. Uh, Orlov can't quite move this up the wall. The third line out there for the Sharks. Vetrano, Granlund, and couldn't see who that Mintyukov there on that play. Sharks able to get the clear. Graph down ice. Nice job to get good body positioning. Cycle along to Orlov, looking in front of the crease. Rebound. And a shot. Oh, I thought that went in for a second there. Nice job. Man, the Sharks' third line looks good so far. The players we got from the Coyotes. Right. Yeah, I mean, like that's a good way to start your existence as an NHL franchise, right? When you get some promising young talent right from the get go. How are the Sharkies looking? Look, defense is looking too leaky. They looked better against Vegas, in my opinion, but the Ducks have just snuck in behind the defense, and it looks like practice drills. So Askarov, the first goal he let in was not good. Second one, I mean, even just a couple of shots he's handling, you can tell he's just kinda I don't know, he just looks kinda shaky. But, hey, it's his first game for the Sharks in quite some time, so, hey, he's a young goalie, and now it looks like Gaudette's gonna take a penalty here. It's gonna be a hooking or a trip, and, the Ducks will go on their 3rd power play. That's not a good way for the Sharks to, regroup defensively, that's for sure. What's going on? We got Fisherman Islanders. Hey, with the players we got, this is slow improvement. As a diehard fan, I don't think we make the playoffs. I don't think so either. I think that, they I could see them actually sliding a little bit, but there's a lot of optimism, at least from what I gauge, there's a lot of optimism, not just around Schaefer, but the prospect pool in general. So that's good for them because, they need more top end talent. I mean, you know that. Do I see melatonin dreams? I think I've seen you on here before. Uh, no, I don't think the Sharks will sniff the playoff picture at all. I would be I would be stunned. I would have to make I would have to, take up a residency in San Jose. At least they're not the Mets. Yeah, that's true. I'd rather be an Islanders fan than a Mets fan. We're doing better than last year, though. That's all you see. Well, I mean, give us like 15 games, and I'll be able to have a real cohesive opinion about that. Tonight, though, like I said, defensively looks bad. I mean, shoot, they gave up 15 shots in the first period, and a lot of them were quality chances. Here's Graf going the other way. He'll buy some time. He'll shoot one just a little bit wide of Mrazek's stick. Colin Graf, I love you. Seriously, dude, I love this player. He's awesome. Actually, my friend got a signed puck of his in the mystery puck promo, and gave it to me. Shout out to one of my best friends, Eric. A lot of Islanders players are aging. Yeah, exactly. Like what Palmieri and Pageau and well, you had Nelson, but Anders Lee and yeah. Where did I get my hat? I've been to one Sharks game in the past 5 years, and it was at that game at the team store about 2 years ago. But yeah, I love this one. I love this hat. I want to get the same one again because the black's faded a little bit. All right, here comes Goodrow. He'll bump it ahead, and the Sharks do kill off this penalty. So after the first power play goal they gave up, they're looking a little better on that front. So the 4th line out there for San Jose. Of course, they have a goal tonight off the stick of Ryan Reeves. Ferraro shot from the point. Celebrini now in. And Smith trying to corral this at the half wall. Scooped up by Kurashev, and now over to Ferraro. Behind the net. Nice pressure there from Liljegren. And now here's Ferraro. I don't know why he didn't shoot there. But the Sharks are able to put together a nice cycle. Here comes Celebrini. Looking in front. He's got Smith. And goal! It's Ferraro! Ferraro scores. Sharks take the lead again. Looking good. Nice job. Nice shift from Ferraro. Good pressure from the boys. And a good time to give Cortana a goal treat, right, guys? Tashilov, we hung you out to dry. Yeah, that sucked, man. Cortana, treat. Come get a treat, girl. Treat. Come on, baby girl. I hate the new goal song. I don't hate it actually. I got tired of hearing "Get Ready for This" like 3 years ago, more like 6 years ago. I don't know. I just thought that didn't age well. But I don't know. I don't hate this one. I'm not saying I love it, but I have to really go to a game to actually know if I like it or not. All right, so okay, good. I updated the score. I think Celebrini will get a point there. Needs to be more horns. Well, the Sharks should just have an in-arena ska band, and they can just play when they score a goal. I think that'd be awesome. And the Sharks' 4th line will be out there again. Here comes Reeves behind the net, giving chase, and he lays a hit on Minchukov. Reeves. Reeves is working hard, man. I like his game here. Uh, bring back Randy Johnson to take game one for the Mariners. Shout out to Randy Johnson, Livermore native. Does Kreider look like? What does he look like? Oh no, I haven't even noticed him yet. Actually. Oh god, here's a breakaway for the Ducks. They come in. Oh god, just absolutely no chance there as Killorn ties it up right, just like that, man. And again, the coverage for the Sharks this game looks atrocious, atrocious, man. All right, Cortana, another goal treat. Sweet. Yep. Cortana's getting a little tired of having to get up here, but here we go. Good girl, good girl. You know, Cortana, you might want to stick around here. But who was on the ice for the Sharks there? That was Klingberg, man. Klingberg is having a bad night. I mean, Askarov, I'd like him to make a save, a big save. Actually, no, he already made a big save earlier in this period. Will I do more Sharks games? I hope so. Wait, did I update that? Yeah, okay. Are there Sharks fans that come down the peninsula from SF proper? Not really. It's really weird. Like people who live in San Francisco never come down to San Jose. But the reverse is true. So like San Jose people will go to see the Giants in San Francisco or the Warriors. But yeah, personally, I like the Sharks game more against the Golden Knights than this one. This to me, the defense looks like Swiss cheese. SF doesn't really care about hockey. Well, they did at one point. That was in the previous century because don't forget the Sharks started just outside of. Well, technically it was Daly City / I think South San Francisco, where the Cow Palace was, where they played their first 2 years, and then San Francisco had the Bulls for the ECHL briefly, but like when was it was it the 90s or the 80s? They had the San Francisco Spiders. They have the San Francisco Shamrocks. All right, we reached a commercial break, just FYI. But yeah, these I'm not I'm not loving this so much. John Klingberg, I'm not. Not caring for that too much. John Klingberg. Oh, let's see here. I'm going to a game in Dallas on the 5th. Well, I stream during that. So that's what, November 5th? Let's see, who does Dallas play on November? You mean remember the 5th of November? Yeah, yeah. I got to look at this replay of the Ducks' last goal. Is it because they brought Killorn over the bench? Is that what happened? And he just hopped on the ice and just cherry picked. Actually, no, he didn't cherry pick too much. But yeah, nobody's. Klingberg is 10 miles away from him. But looking at next month, so November 5th would be, or am I not looking at the schedule correctly? On the 5th of December. Excuse me, Alex. I don't know why I didn't even look at it's December. Oh, the Sharks and Stars. Maybe. Just remind me. At a later point, I'll consider it. You're gonna drop a video. Top the worst fan bases in sports. That could be a pretty fun watch. What's up, Christian? How you doing? A lot of these young players are pretty atrocious at defense in the NHL nowadays. That's true. There's a chance for Eklund now, and good block in front from Ellison, who Reeves cooked on his goal. with how the league is evolving. Another thing, Chris, based on what you were saying there, Christian, is face-offs. It takes about 3 years for players to actually get good at face-offs. There's Kreider, he shoots a one-timer and into the trapper of Askarov. The Sharks would be really popular if they won a cup. Well, at some point they would have been, right? You know, the Sharks, the Niners had their run with Jim Harbaugh, but that was a pretty short period of time. But the Sharks in like the late 2000s and you know, up until the mid 2010s, they were kind of the sexiest team in the Bay Area. Winter Olympics should be interesting. Four Nations was surprisingly fun. Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited for the Winter Olympics. Who has the best defense in hockey? You mean for a team or a player? Oh, here's a chance, Smith, and a good block in front from former Panther Radko Gudas. Team with the best defense in hockey. Oh, nice break up there by Klingberg. But then again, Askarov, big pad save. Where is the coverage, boys? Oh my God, Askarov, 2 big pad saves there. These Ducks players are literally just getting in alone against him. I mean, I didn't like the first goal he gave up, but I can't fault him for what's going on right now. Jeez, anybody else seeing this? This is not good. Team with the best defense. I mean, I gotta say, this is partially a bias, but I think the Hurricanes have to be in that conversation. I think the Stars have good personnel. They don't always play great defense, but they have to be up there as well. Florida, of course, and it's not just the defensemen. For Florida, it's the whole team that plays exceptionally defensively. So it still just might be the Panthers. Preds and Leafs lost, but let's hope we get a Sharks win. Yeah, what's going on, Micro? How you doing, man? Yeah, Preds kind of disappointing, but yeah. Time for the Jaws. Yeah, that's right. Power play time. Okay, I gotta update my board here. All right. Not to mention, Celebrini's got to work on winning faceoffs on power plays. Oh, tip play in front for Toffoli, and Mrazek got a piece of it, and that goes out of play. What a brilliant look there from Celebrini. Have I ever been to Climate Pledge Arena? I did actually. I got to go to a game, their first season. Honestly, the arena, like around the arena, the concourse, the food. I wasn't really impressed. It felt like being in an airport kind of. But when you get into the arena, you know where the seats are, that was cool. The sound there. Oh, Smith nearly scored there, and Mrazek squeezed it between the pads. The the the, the acoustics, the sound there is great. The Lightning versus Panther game in the preseason was a blood feud. Darth Jedi. Hey, what's going on? Uh, hey, hope you guys can get your first dub pretty soon. Nashville retirement home is looking bad. Yeah, I know. What if Nashville gets McKenna? They could use him really. This is some of the worst defense we've seen in a while. No, it's fair, dude. Hey man, I have to I want to be honest here. I mean, right? Smith down low. Ah, fully lost a handle on that one. Otherwise, that could have been something. Lots of time though on this power play. Buck 20 still left. Here comes Celebrini. Draws a couple defenders, hands it off to Eklund, and that puck deflected out of play. Tired of the Panthers glaze. I mean, dude, they look pretty dominant. It's kind of hard not to at least, give them the credit that they're due, right? Still not a fan of Staples Center being Crypto.com Arena. I got it. Never seen a hockey game there. I've only seen college basketball. Eklund. Klingberg keeps it in. Smith, seam pass to Foley. Oh, Tyler, buddy, don't pass up on that shot. Celebrini, he shoots and blocked and cleared down. Actually, no, is that going to be delay of game? Yeah, Ducks are going to get called for delay of game. It's going to be 5-on-3 for 57 seconds. Panthers dummy the Sens. Yeah, going to be another year of the rat. Yeah, right now they don't really miss Barkov, do they? Or Kachuk. God, isn't that crazy, man? The Ducks don't look awful. Oh no, I don't. I expect the Ducks to be in the playoff conversation all year long. 2-minute advantage for the Jaws. Yeah, come on, let's go. Do like what they do in college basketball, right? Little vibes. Yeah, the rest of the league will be cooked. Probably right. Okay, good. They confirm it's a delay of game penalty to the Ducks. Uh, 56 seconds. Excuse me. I wonder if this is their downfall with the amount of cups and how much they've played. What are your thoughts? If the Lightning has downfall. I thought that was going to be last year actually, and then they had the season they did, and their off season was fine. They lost Perbix, right? But that's it. Like I thought to myself, okay, well they'll be a playoff team again, clearly. So I wouldn't think it's their downfall. You're still Brainy, Klingberg working it down low. Smith at the goal line. Back to Klingberg. Sully to Klingberg. One-timer. He scores! John Klingberg redemption because he hasn't done a damn thing positively for this team in this game. But now he puts them up 4-3, and there's still some power play time left. And goal treat Cortana. Let's go, girl. So that's 2 assists for Celebrini, I think. Hey, treat. There we go. Need more young players? Hey, Connor Geeky, right? We just got vintage 2018 John Klingberg there. Hi, good girl. Cortana, you might want to stay here, girl, because who knows? Maybe we could get another one here. The Sharks have a minute 20 on this other penalty. Watch it get tied immediately again. Yeah, actually, you're probably right. If the Ducks score a shorthanded goal, Sakuna, I will send you a Twisted Wrister hockey T-shirt. Ducks have to score right here, though. Yeah, Cortana, you might want to stand up. You might want to stay standing. Here comes Gaudette now. Adam Gaudette on our second power play. He'll funnel it back to Orlov at the point. Skinner, God, this is such a patchwork power front. Oh my goodness, Kurashev. He actually had a good chance there. All right, Orlov, one-timer and save off of the stick, I think, of Jeff Skinner there. 4-4 between the Avs and Stars. Okay. Brent Burns' 1,500th game. A lot of respect for John Cooper. Yeah, I mean, shoot. There's no reason why he shouldn't be the coach still. John Klingberg, well, time to go back in the time machine, kids. Yeah. If we want him to do something. And let's see here. Smith is out there with his second unit. Actually, no, the first unit's back out there. 36 more seconds in the delay of game penalty. Oh, Smith, he got it on his backhand. Otherwise, that would have been a shot there. Smith, with some time celebrating, nice job picking up that. Oh, Toffoli had a backhand wide open. Oh my goodness, but he got tied up. And then he just took a high stick. And a little pushing and shoving. Here's Eklund. Eklund's going at it with Lakem. Like I said, I've told people, William Eklund has got. He used to shy from contact when he first broke into the NHL. He would deliberately avoid taking hits. Now this guy is being a snarly little prick, and I love it. I'm happy the Bruins gave the Blues Jim Montgomery. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, to Foley. God, I thought he was gonna score there. Oh, man. Celebrini wins this faceoff. Funneled to the point, but nobody's there. So, oh, wait, here comes Killorn was nearly on a breakaway there. Acuna, you almost got yourself a Twister Brister t-shirt. Okay, we're back. We're back. All right, so the Ducks kill off the second penalty there. Sharks looking good on offense. Only 2 games in, putting up a lot of goals. That would be a great step from last season if they can keep it up. With the caveat though of you want to make sure that the youngsters are getting on the score sheet, right? And so far, it's been mostly the grizzled vets out there. But hey, I like them playing better as a team in that part of the rink. That's good. Killorn dialed in, dude. I love Alex Killorn. Where's Darth Jedi? I love Alex Killorn. He'll go down as my favorite from that group. And was that a high touch or what happened just then? Hmm. Yeah, but the defense is terrible. Yeah, yeah. I love Alex Killorn. I think I have a piece of like one of those jersey cards of him. I want to say. Doctor Doom, what's going on? Connor Hellebuck is a great goalie, but in the playoffs, it hurts me so much. A moment of silence for Jets fans. Thank you. Alex says, "I'm," and Doctor Doom, welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us here late on a Saturday night. In counting, Macklin and Will both have 3 assists tonight. Do they really? Oh, I knew that Macklin had a couple, but damn, that's awesome. Thank you. Uh, I'm back. What a goal by John Klingberg, dude. It's funny because like after you left, I'm like John Klingberg. Why the hell did we get this guy? Just to get to the cap floor? His defense looks horrible. Horrible. It's terrible, Ernie. Swiss cheese is your favorite goalie. Yeah, exactly. Like Askarov though, he's been kind of making a couple of big saves though. Chances I haven't watched a lot of Bruins games. Do they still do that annoying regroup crap that they usually do? I would not be the one to answer that. What do the Jets have to do to go far in the playoffs? I have no answer, man. The roster construction, generally speaking, looks good. They're pretty deep at forward, deep at defense, have the best goalie in hockey, arguably. I don't know, man. I mean, I think that probably with they lost to the Stars, right? So like one reason why I think the Stars could actually do it this year is because they really do have like that elite talent at all positions, not just like the goalie. I mean, I wouldn't say that Ottinger's elite personally, but when you consider that with his defense, you have more than just like a Josh Morrissey. You have like somebody like Miro Heiskanen, right? Somebody of that caliber, but you also have Thomas Harley. So they have that elite talent there. They have elite talent at wing, elite talent at center, and they have lines that can attack, right? So I don't know. I don't know what much more the Jets can do, honestly. Hey, we got a visitor here. It's my one of our cats here. Hi, buddy. No, you're not gonna come here. It's been like 3 hours since you last got a belly rub. Do you need another one? Hey, the Sharks are getting another power play. Come on, kiddo. You gonna come here? Nah, he's not. He's a shy little bastard. Sharks are back on the power play. Yeah, but the Ducks were attacking for a moment there. If Kopitar retires, he becomes the next captain for the Kings. Uh, I mean, I think the writing's on the wall. It's gotta be Quentin Byfield, I would think. Unless you think, like, I don't know, Adrian Kempe? Or you could give it to Doughty, but Doughty might not be there for much more longer, right? He's, like, 36, right? Ducks with a chance shorthanded. Askarov a little trouble with handling that one, but the rest of the team is there to, hang on to the puck here. Actually, the Sharks having a little trouble here just getting a handle on this puck. Could Celebrini score, says Ryan. Yeah, the Sharks are attacking with quite the vigor. So I think that there's a good chance Celebrini puts one in the net. Sharks aren't done offensively, although they're not looking good on this power play. All right, here comes Wenberg. Wenberg back to the point. He's got Orlov. Now at the top of the circle, Orlov again. Shot, tip. Oh, Skinner nearly got that. Gaudette funnels this around to the other point. Is anybody there? No. We're having a little bit of trouble with that. A miserable Sabres fan. Aw. We lost today. I am losing hope. If we miss the playoffs, our GM has to go. I frankly, I would like to see him go sooner. Here's a chance. Kurashev and a good block because I thought that was gonna. He picked his spot there too. Skinner flutters this over to Wenberg. Yeah, man. I don't know how you do it as a Sabres fan, really. But go Bills, right? All the best to them. Here's Gaudette. Kurashev. Ah, shoot, my stream froze. Ugh. Oh, wait, here we go. Kurashev. Penalty has expired, by the way. Kurashev able to bump that over to Dellandrea. Looking in front of the net. Not a bad idea there. Liljegren. Traffic in front of the net. Sharks, good pressure. Again, the third line looking good. Another shot. Ooh, just wide of Mrazek's skate. And San Jose keeping up the pressure. And now skied into the neutral zone. And the Sharks can get another quick zone entry. Here comes Dellandrea. He puts it in the pads of Mrazek. No, it actually ricochets behind the net. Sharks veterans out there. Goodrow, Liljegren, Ferraro. They're putting together a couple nice possessions here. And yeah, the Ducks get another block, but here they come again. Goodrow looking out to the point. That is a for this fourth line or for these veterans, they're looking a little bit more or nice pad save by Askarov. Yeah, they're looking like they have some more jump than they would at this point last year. Gonna need the Bills to beat the Falcons to help the Buccaneers, and the Sharks are gonna get a penalty here, actually. So the Ducks will go on the power play. A lot of pretty I think like what 4 power plays for each team now. So is that Dellandrea who's gonna go to the box? I'm not sure, but we got a commercial break. Okay. Feel so bad for Tage and Darlene. Yeah, it'd be so good to see them on a competing team. I was sad when Paterka, yeah, Paterka's gone, and now Norris got injured, and Cousins they traded last year. Of course, Eichel went, yeah, and Reinhardt too, for that matter. I was just, I was happy for him as a Sabres fan. I was one of a few Sabres fans who didn't play Eichel at all. Yeah, yeah, a lot of the fan base did turn on him there, but ultimately, we see why he wanted out, right? Uh, I got Western Nigeria beating India in ping pong right now. I didn't even know they broke it up into portions of the country. What do I think? Yo, I'm writing Team Taiwan all the way, man, 'cause, I used to play ping pong in a warehouse with a bunch of Taiwanese. They taught me a thing or 2. It's fun. Good times. Uh, do I think they'll ever learn wait. Oh, you think they'll ever learn that when you, like, give them a power play, you're gonna get scored on. Uh, that's why they're in last place, right? That's a huge reason. Missed the Hasek era already. You know, it's not even just the Hasek era. Like, what about Miller time, man? They were still a really good team. I was talking uh, earlier about how the one of the biggest what ifs, especially as a Sharks fan, is that with the 04-05 lockout, this was a really good time for the Sabres as well. They could have made the Stanley Cup if there was a season that year. And they could have played the Sharks for all I know, because the Sharks could have gotten Joe Thornton that year. They got him the next year. Well, actually, it's a Sharks power play. Excuse me. Dellandrea drew the penalty. My bad. So it's the Sharks on the man advantage again. Wait, it's late in the period. Excuse me. Now under 3 minutes to go in the second. Yeah. All right. Here's Wenberg. Hands it off for Skinner. So the second unit's out there. Here's Orlov. Wenberg looks behind the net. Shot. Score! Adam Gaudette, his first of the season, and the Sharks now with a 2-goal lead. And that's what, their second or third power play goal already. Damn. Damn, son. They're looking good. That's the second unit out there. I mean, that they look more like a second penalty killing unit on paper. Here, Cortana, treat. You want a treat, girl? Here, I'll give you some jerky too. Adam Gaudette, baby. Even Tom, yeah, that's right. Tom Barrasso. I do forget that he was a Penguin at one point, or to start his career. Excuse me. He didn't Tom Barrasso win like? Didn't he win like the Calder and the Hart with the Sabres? I can't remember. Good girl. Ryan says, "Let's go." Well, we might give up a lot of goals, but if we're scoring goals too, this could be a pretty fun season. Could China get the upset against Russia? Um I I didn't know that Russians were that good at ping pong, because I don't remember any Russian players in Balls of Fury, which I just watched like 2 months ago. Doing a fan base tier list. I will tell you the results. Don't worry, I'm still watching. Hey, what's going on? We got Ruthless Sharky in the building with the stealth logo. I love that. Good evening to you. Um, do you live in Sharks territory? I used to. I don't anymore, but always great getting new Sharks, or not new Sharks fans, but Sharks fans new to the channel to join us here. Y'all can get the defense down good. I think we might be able to fight for a playoff spot. Yeah, that's a big if, though, man. It's a big freaking if. They got Nabokov on camera. I love Nabokov. Right on, man. It's night 2, and they're doing so good. Last year, they didn't get their first win until game 2. That's true. That's true. But don't forget, we gave up our lead very quickly in this game a couple times. So plenty of hockey left, especially you got John Klingberg on the ice. And somebody actually just got an interference. It might have been Tim Liljegren. So the Ducks will get a power play here with 1:53 remaining. Yeah, it's an interference to Liljegren. Because the Ducks could get some momentum going into the dressing room. But I mean, like, hey, Alex, I consider it a win for the Sharks if the product is more exciting. And already it looks a little bit more exciting. And it's not just the young guys that are doing it, but it's even these veterans, right? That's good when you've got guys like Adam Gaudette scoring, Ryan Reeves scoring, John Klingberg scoring. That's a really good thing because that creates a better vibe in the locker room, I think. and it means that these guys are on the same page. They're playing with a lot of chemistry for a team that does have quite a few new faces. In what was otherwise a very quiet offseason in the NHL. You got Orlov out there, you got Skinner, right? Klingberg, Gaudette. Hey, Twisted from Las Vegas. All right. Good evening to you. Thanks for jumping in. Who's the captain of the Sharks? The Sharks actually don't have a captain. They just have alternates. Toffoli, though, is the only alternate who's wearing his A for both home and away games. So he's kind of like he's like the de facto captain. Let's see if we can get the clear here. Sharks get the clear. And by the way, Fireborn, congrats on getting the 2 points against us on Thursday night. Love how the offense is playing. Yeah, I mean, look, the Ducks are not an elite team defensively by any means. They will at one point, not at one point, but at some point they should be pretty good, but it might not come this year. But you've got a couple of really good young defensemen on that team, like Mintyukov and Zellweger, and even Lakeham's still pretty young too. Yeah, 5 alternates. It's a little crazy, but I don't mind just not having a captain because I want our next captain to be here for a long time. Oh, and they just scored. Kreider bangs one in off the rebound. And again, the Ducks are able to find a way to get this inside positioning on the Sharks. Let's take a look at this again. Let's see what Askarob's doing with his rebound control. Yeah, I don't know how crazy I am about that. All right, Cortana, look, we give out treats though, even when the other team scores. Cortana, treat. You want a treat? I think Cortana's kind of tired of coming over for treats. Come on, girl. You want another one? All right, here we go. There you go. You want another one? Here you go. Some apple. Good girl. Oh my goodness, good girl. What a good girl you are, Cortana. So the Ducks are going to skate in with a little bit of momentum on their side. And it's a barn burner in Silicon Valley tonight. By the way, I want to show some love to one thing about the Sharks that we don't talk enough about. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, but the Sharks have not had an ad on any of their jerseys. None of them. Celebrini shoots. Ooh, try to sneak that by Mrazek. And time winds down here in the second period. Yeah, Kreider, man. Somebody asked, how's he looking? Well, there you go. Toffoli's an A. Yeah, that's right. Toffoli's the A for all of games. One thing I'm hoping is hopefully half of our players don't get injured because last playoffs we sucked. So you'll have to jog my memory here. So who was injured for the playoffs last year? I can't remember if there was any like big names. But anyway, it's intermission and a 5-4 lead for the Sharks. We'll see if they can tighten things up defensively. But special teams have definitely been a factor for both teams here. All right. Was Pietrangelo injured? I can't remember. I don't think the Oilers have ads either. The Oilers don't have ads? It's kinda like one thing if they had one on, like, an alternate jersey or, like, a heritage jersey. That's not quite as bad as, like, having them on your home and your away. It's kinda weak sauce. Oh, Pietrangelo was injured, huh? Hmm. Or no. Oh, you're saying it started this year. Yes. Okay, got it. Bjorkstrand was injured for Tampa. Yeah, that was a nice kind of, like, low-key pickup there. Alright, hold up. Let me see if I can get my screen up. We can look at the, excuse me, Dorofeo. Oh, shit. That's a that's a big loss. uh, the clip that guy's scoring at. Okay. All right. So if you want to take a look at the scoreboard here, we've got every game, man. That's crazy. So we'll start at the bottom of my screen. We had the Blue Jackets. Look at that. The Wild had 52 shots on goal. That was 20 more than Columbus. McNabb, Stone, and damn, I don't remember all those players being hurt. I don't know. I wouldn't think that was everybody at once, but that's a ton. If the Blues had Dylan Holloway, they beat the Jets. Dude, Holloway was such a great pickup. I liked when I heard about the offer sheet. I liked it, but I was like, look, Holloway needs more opportunity because the Oilers were not giving him that, kind of understandably with the talent they have. But dude, Holloway popped the hell off. Yeah, so Marchenko had a hat trick against the Wild. So for Minnesota, Boldy, Kaprizov, who else? Zeke William scored his first goal. Nice. Matt Boldy already has 4 assists. Damn, son. Kirill. So if your name was Kirill, you had 5 goals in this game. The Mammoth get their first win as the Mammoth, and they defeat the Predators in overtime 3-2. Goals from Cooley, McBain, and Gunther for Utah, and for the Preds, you saw Philip Forsberg and okay, so the Stars just won in a shootout. Just totally screwed with the page there. But yeah, you had the Halla and Forsberg with the goals for Nashville. PG-13 Hockey Man, we got him hanging out here with us. Oh, he's doing the goal horns. Yeah, I saw that he's uploading a ton of them. So maybe I'll do a goal horn re-ranking. Currently watching Saturday Night Live. Can't lie, but it's a good skit. I might want to watch it. Okay, Mr. Green with the poison in the lavatory. Yo, shout out to Clue. I love Clue, especially because it's got Tim Curry in it. Tim Curry, we love you. All right, so the Stars are able to get 2 points. Goals from Harley, Nathan Bastian, Jason Robertson with his second of the year, Wyatt Johnston, same thing, and Mika Rantanen had the shootout winner. For Colorado, McKinnon, Lehkonen, Gavin Brindley, his first. Welcome, Gavin Brindley, and Martin Necas. So the big guns mostly showing up for the Avs. Then we had the Canadiens with a 3-2 victory over the Blackhawks. Winning goal coming off the stick of Caden Gooley, who does more than just defend, apparently. And also scoring for, new Canadian, Zach Boldrick's already got 3 goals. That could turn out to be a really good pickup. And for Chicago, I mean, they got goals from the future of that franchise. Sam Renzel, his first of the year, his first as a Hawk, I believe, and Connor Bedard with a power play goal. So it's pretty dope. Which game will Misa make his debut? I don't know. With the way that the veterans in the bottom 6 are playing, I don't know. But I hope sooner rather than later, of course. I'd like to see him right now, but they're giving him they're gonna be patient with him, apparently. Isn't that the actor who played the one of the hotel staff members in Home Alone 2? He was Pennywise. He was also Long John Silver in Muppet Treasure Island, and he was Nigel Thornberry in The Wild Thornberrys. I love Tim Curry. It's a shame that he had suffered a stroke, so that basically killed his career, unfortunately. But he's doing fine. Uh, all the best to him. I love Tim Curry, one of the most talented actors I've ever watched. What's going on? We've got Universal Habs. Congrats on the win. Congrats. Emperor King, we lost to the Jets today. Yeah. That was a good game. I got to watch some of that one. That was the earliest game today. We had the Hurricanes in overtime over the Flyers. That was a fun one too. Stankoven, God, talk about one of my. So I know you guys know I like the Hurricanes. Two of my favorite players in the NHL, like two of my favorite five players, are probably Logan Stankoven and Jacob Slavin and Seth Jarvis, who had the overtime winner. But Philadelphia, they showed resilience. Travis Sanheim, uh, Bobby Brink, and Owen Tippett scoring for them. I don't think Philly's going to be as bad as everybody else says. Hoping to see another big save from Askey. He's made some big stops tonight. He's had some problems with rebound control, though. I'm not going to lie. Rangers pummeled the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-1 after getting shut out in their first game against the Steel City. Zibanejad, Fox, Cooley, Fox again, Rempe, shout out Seattle Thunderbirds legend. I got to see him a little bit in juniors back in the day. And Taylor Radish score for New York. The lone goal for Pittsburgh off the stick of Ben Kindle. Not to be confused with Jakob Kindle. I'm going to like Ivan Demidov. Yeah, I really need to watch a few games just to lock in on him, honestly. Philly has some fight. I don't think they'll be that bad. It's not that great of a division, too. So, Capitals pick up the dub against the Islanders. Ferrari, Protus, Leonard, and Protus again. Protus having a big breakout season last year for Washington. Couple goals for the Islanders at the end of things. Matthew Schaefer got his first goal on a power play. Congratulations. And Anthony Duclair, former Sharks Anthony Duclair. Panthers just all over the Senators there. Goals from Marchand, Rodriguez, Ekblad, Lundell. I love Lundell. Samoskevich, and Reinhardt. I'm surprised Sam Reinhart only has one goal in 3 games. Dude, Sam Reinhart, I hope he's a Hall of Famer, dude. He's been so amazing for them. Ottawa getting goals from Shane Pinto, already his 3rd of the year, in addition to Shane Pinto scored 2 goals, so he's got 4 on the season. Good job for him. Devils get a dub against the Lightning by a score of 5-3. Timo Meier, we still love you, Timo. Connor Brown, Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, and Connor Brown. So Connor Brown had himself a 2-goal night. In the losing effort, Radish, McDonough, and Gord for Tampa Bay. All right. In another Original Six showdown, because we had Blackhawks and Canadiens, it was a team that I am optimistic for this season, and that is the Red Wings defeating the Maple Leafs 6-3. Casper, I think that's one of the biggest players to watch this season. I think that one of the most important players this season is Marco Casper, because if this dude takes a step forward, in my opinion, that team goes to the playoffs. Raymond, Patty King, he continues to get it done. Raymond actually got 2 goals. And another very important player, Simon Edvinsson, with an empty netter. And Andrew Kopp also getting in on the scores for Detroit. Domi, who else do we have here? Nick Waugh, a great low-key acquisition there. And boy, Callie Yarncrook with goals for Toronto. Bruins top the Sabres 3-1. Zaka, Castellitz, and Corrali, who was also a Sharks pick at one point. Lone goal for Buffalo, Jason Zucker. We won't throw any more dirt on the Sabres' grave. Blues 4-2 over the Flames. Neighbors with not 1, but 2 goals there. Pia Suter also gets in on the board. Coronado scores a pair for the Calgary Flames. Jets top the Kings 3-2. I'll just read the scores now. I'm getting kind of tired of looking at these. Kraken with a 1-0 lead over the Golden Knights 2 periods in. That goal coming from Matty Beniers. Good to see him actually providing some offense. I like his game otherwise. The former Calder Trophy winner. And the Oilers have a 2-0 lead on the Canucks, unsurprisingly, after that first result. Goals from Mangiapane and also Noah Phillip. I don't know anything about Noah Phillip. And yeah, the real barn burner this evening has been the Sharks and the Ducks. So yeah, that's your out-of-town scoreboard. I miss Timo time on the Sharks. Yeah. I mean, they were smart to trade him, though. So that's one of the great things that Greer did, in his first year too. Die Red Wings fan. We need playoffs this year. I hope so, man. I'm cheering for them. There are a lot of teams I'm cheering for. I know that not all of them can get into the playoffs, but I would love to see the Wings back in the playoffs. Absolutely. Uh, it is long overdue. But yeah, I'm optimistic, man. I mean, look at that. Casper and Evanston scored tonight. So those I think those are two of the most important players in the NHL. If they take a step forward, then that's gonna mean them good things for their team. As long as John Gibson doesn't Gibson himself into injuries again. Mangiapane looks like a killer pickup. Not a bad pickup, honestly, because like if you put him on a line with Draisaitl or McDavid, this guy's gonna pop off for at least 25 goals, right? That's the floor, right? He's at least worth that. Don't say that name. He's dead to you no matter what. Wait, who we talking about? Really had some fight. Oh yeah, we said that earlier. Yeah. Let's see. How are we doing on this beer? This beer is 9.2%, but I'm surprisingly not as buzzed as I expected. Is that Owen Nolan? They got Owen Nolan for the intermission interview. Dude. Owen Nolan was probably well, maybe Jeff Friesen, just because I loved his nickname or his name as a kid, Friesen, right? And he's a hockey player. But really, the first great Shark and one who I could tell was like clearly the best on the team was Owen Nolan. 422 goals in his career. Not to mention he played in mostly not entirely, but mostly in a low scoring era. A former number one overall draft pick, by the way, by the Quebec Nordiques. I think that was the year before they got Eric Lindros. Philip asks, "Do I like Utah's new jerseys and logo?" Yeah, absolutely. I think that the logo looks very updated. It looks current. It looks fierce, but it's not trying to do too much. I think it's a great logo. And the jerseys, I think that even though some people might not love them in the sense that they're a very traditional design. I love it though because the logo itself is a very like bold, aggressive. I don't want to say super aggressive, but it's a bold logo, and the rest of the jersey is complementing the logo. It's not trying to distract your eyes from the logo. So I think the jersey, the we're just talking about the black jersey, right? Because the white one, I don't know why they would just leave it as Utah. But yeah, the black jersey is super sharp. I like it a lot. Early prediction to win the cup. Well, if you didn't know, I did upload a season predictions video this week. Let's see here. Actually, so to give you a little hint, at least the color of your profile picture for me, that will give you a little bit of a hint there. I like the Mammoth name and logo. Yeti would be cool too. I personally was always hoping it would be the Mammoth over the Yeti, but I wouldn't have been upset if it was the Yeti. Yeah, Alex knows what's up. But if you were to ask me for like a dark horse, I think Minnesota would be my dark horse. Honestly, they're a team that I don't expect a ton of this year per se, but I do think that their ceiling is actually pretty high. Chance says good pick. Yeah, I think that they could benefit from having a different person behind the bench there. I don't know what to expect from the Flames this year. I mean, it's good to see. Wait, did Perek get a point today? I don't know. I know Coronado scored a couple goals. I just don't know if that's going to be enough offense. What they can provide. I don't know if that's going to be enough this year. Because personally, I don't think it's fair to rely on Dustin Wolf to carry that team again. Really. Uh, hey, I hope. I'd love to see them in the playoffs. That'd be great. Oh, sorry, Alex. Wait, is that my bad? Oh, well, everybody's man, everybody's dude, right? I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, 'cause we're all dudes. Hey, you know what I mean. Uh, yeah. Yeah, Dallas would be my guy. Who was that old Russian guy who was a rookie on the Sharks? Did he win the Calder or am I nuts? An old Russian guy who was a rookie on the Sharks. I'm trying to think about who this might be. I don't know. The only Shark to win a Calder, was Nabokov. It was Yevgeny Nabokov. I don't know how he might have been, like, 25, uh, who was Soviet born, right? But I think that he was born in modern day Kazakhstan, but yeah, he played for Russia for, the Olympics and whatnot. I think the Kings are, like, the hardest team to predict right now. Interesting. Yeah, I with them, I understand they've lost to the same team 4 years in a row, but it's the fact that they only needed 3 years to, like, retool their team, and then all of a sudden they're back in the playoffs, but they can't win a round. I'm just like, are they just overachieving in the regular season? One goalie I liked was, former San Jose Shark Mika Kaprizov, excuse me. Yeah, Kipper held down the fort pretty damn good for many, many years there. I wish I had the bobblehead. Speaking of bobbleheads, you guys see the Celebrini Smith one with the Toffoli add-on? I kinda like how the Sharks did that 'cause, the way they did it, like, you could it came with Celebrini and Smith, but you could get the Toffoli part, you could buy it, but all proceeds went to, like, the charity, to the Sharks Foundation or something like that. It's a cool way to do it. Alright, so we're underway with the 3rd period, by the way. We'll see if one team can clamp down defensively. Ducks had the Sharks pinned in the zone, they still have it. Gauthier, one of the goals tonight, he's got it at the point. He slaps it in. Askarov, good read there, no traffic in the space, and he'll catch that one and cover it up. I don't like the Kings coach. What's his name? Hiller? Jim Hiller? Is that right? I don't know anything about Jim Hiller, frankly. And I've been talking a little bit about how I've been high on the Ducks going into this year, and a big reason is because of not just adding Quenneville as the head coach, but when you look at the assistants, I can't remember where Ryan McGill comes from, but Ryan McGill, he's had a pretty successful career as an assistant. And Jay Woodcroft, I know that he didn't have a good experience he wasn't a great head coach for the Oilers, but as an assistant, he was an assistant with San Jose. I think he was an assistant somewhere else too. I don't know if it was LA, but he's had a really good track record too. So I think that's a good staff for the Anaheim Ducks. And speaking of which, the Ducks still have the Sharks hemmed in the zone. And boy, that was a terrible clear attempt. Who was that? That was Liljegren. He's getting just he's getting worked. Sharks still can't get a clear. Ferraro, who has one of the goals tonight, he's able to move it at least to the half wall. And the Sharks are getting tired in their own end. Ducks still cycling here. This could be really ugly for them. Little save there from Askarov. Now it's behind the net, Liljegren. And he's going to give it right away, point blank. Man, these guys must be gassed. Shot from the point, blocked in front by Ferraro, and that one's stung. Liljegren will backhand it, can come out of the zone. It's kicked and kicked the other way, and the Sharks finally get it clear. And those guys were on the ice for a minute 45. And they were in their zone the whole time, too. You have a Johnny Hockey Flames jersey? That's awesome. Yeah, we were talking about, like, what goal would you want to have seen in person? And somebody said the Johnny Hockey Game 7 goal against the Flames, or against the Stars a few years ago. Anaheim's your dark horse to make the playoffs, and your way too early Cup winner, you take Carolina. As much as I want to agree with you, I still think that Carolina needs a better goalie. Anderson is not that guy. And I know the numbers looked really good last year, but you look at elimination games, he just doesn't show up. And I've liked Freddie, especially when he was in Toronto, for that matter. Oh, that was your chance. Yeah, Sharks being outshot 33-17. By the way, I didn't know it was that bad. So Askarov's save percentage actually doesn't look horrible, but it could with the way that the Ducks are attacking here. The Sharks able to fire that behind the net where Mrazek's going to make a play. Gaudette, and that skips over his stick. Which team needs the cut most, Toronto or Vancouver? Good point. I'd say Vancouver. Toronto just needs to get back to the conference final. Chris Osgood wasn't appreciated enough by the Red Wings. I hear that all the time. The guy, all he did was win, right? But yeah, to answer Philip's question, I'd say the Canucks. Reeves is willing to throw hands. Yeah, I like his game so far, and I want to see Misa out there. I don't know who we get rid of instead, or who we scratch. Maybe Kurashev. No, I don't know. Maybe Kurashev. All right, Ducks coming the other way. McTavish hands it off, and driving to the net. There was who was that? 51. Shoot, who was that for? Oh, Zellweger. Yeah, and Askarov was able to keep him out of the crease. I live in Ottawa. Oh, dang, that it can't be easy watching Kings games from that far away. Oh, nice try at the side there by was that wasn't Tivoli was bidding for another goal there. Well, it's good to see the Sharks kind of answer back here because this period did not start off very pretty, did it now? Uh, I have Osgood's autograph. Oh, neat. Winter Classic puck. That's cool. Capitals OV fan. Hey, thanks for joining us. Good evening and congratulations on the victory today. Now, Hellison, Kreider able to hand us off, and the Ducks get into the Shark zone. Carlson, he shakes off a defender. Actually, yeah, the Sharks able to get that barely cleared. Actually, to OV fan over here, what are the expectations for the Capitals? They had this really strong regular season last year, and I know it kind of ended prematurely in the postseason, but still, when you have a season like that, it's like, okay, is that sustainable? Do you expect that, or do you think that maybe you might have to take a little bit of a step back in order to step forward? Where are your thoughts on that? Hey, the Sharks scored! Shoot, is that Skinner? Jeff Skinner. Everybody gets a goal tonight. Woo! And I think that was only their 19th or 20th shot, and the Sharks extend their lead to 2 goals. Jeff Skinner's got 2 goals for the Sharks. I love it. Cortana, you want a treat? Hey, get a treat. Come on, come get a treat. Come on. Here you go, girl. Yeah, Jeff Skinner. Here we go. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Hey, good girl. Yeah, if you haven't already, please smash that like. Don't do it for me, but do it for my cute dog. Former Oiler. Dorofeyev ties it up at 1. Dude, is that what, 5 goals now for Pavel Dorofeyev? Do I still think Celebrini could score? Yeah, I still do. I still do. The Sharks have 6 goals on 19 shots. Anybody can do it, man. Do you have money on that? Or, I mean, hey, I want Sully to score his first goal of the year too. How do I feel about the new logo? The lines around the shark are supposed to be gills. They're 35 because of the 35th year. Yeah, I don't think it's like it's not a great design. I don't know. People have been kind of hating on it. I think it's fine. Last year, I didn't love their look last year. 2 years ago, they used this in at center ice, and that looked awesome. I want that. But I mean, I appreciate that they tried something different. I just don't think it worked great. But I'm not going to dog on it. 5 goals for number 16 in gold. Very impressive. Shoot, what's he on pace for then? He's on pace for, wait a second. So Pavel Dorofeyev is on pace for, what is that? Uh Hold on a second. 5 divided by 3 times that by 18. He's on pace for 137 goals this year. Like last year, we played great, but we were terrible in playoffs. My dream was Ovi gets his last cup before he retires. Yeah, you like a lot of the players to as the supporting cast. Well, good luck to them. I mean, shoot, I got something to show you actually, OV fan. If you don't mind giving me one moment. Here, wait. Let me wait till the whistle though. Okay, I do have something cool that you'll like to see. Although the Sharks are threatening right here. Wenberg, Toffoli, pad save from Mrazek. Eklund trying to extend the play. That throws it out to nobody. And Ducks will come the other way. Lakem. Good support there from, once again, guys, my boy Colin Graff. I might I might need to get a call. I might need Colin Graff on my jersey. Now here he comes, Colin Graff. Oh, dude, you should have taken that yourself. You shouldn't have passed it to Skinner. That skipped over his stick. That's the only time we're calling Graff. I'm like, dude, you made the wrong decision. Every time he has to make a play, he makes his hockey sense is terrific. All right, here I'm gonna grab something really quick. Yeah. So I wanted to show this to Caps OV fan. I don't know if you've ever heard of Displate, but Displate makes these metallic posters. So I've got one of Ovi raising the cup. I love this. This is one of my favorite pieces of sports memorabilia. So yeah, yeah. Ovi raising the cup is one of my favorite moments in hockey. All right. Well, the Sharks, after that first couple minutes in this period, they look definitely sharper. Oh, I like how you changed your picture too. And although I love Ovi, but I also love TJ Oshie. So I do have the reverse retro 1.0. The Screaming Eagle, but like with the current team colors, and it's got Oshie on it. Actually, two subscribers. I, I don't know. I didn't deserve it. They bought it for me. They teamed up together and they bought it for me. Such a cool jersey. Here comes Will Smith. He shoots and couldn't quite get a good stick on that, but still Mrazek had to paddle it aside. Orlov is doing something. Might be a fight later. Hey, I mean that's cool, but I just hope Orlov doesn't look like. I hope he looks like Capitals Orlov, not like Hurricanes playoff Orlov. And Askarov makes another save. Actually, who knows if the Sharks can do a good job defensively and Askarov doesn't allow a goal, he might end up with the save percentage over 900. I like the alternate logo and the Weagle. Yeah, I love that. And Capitals logo from 2002 are your favorites, and yeah, and Screaming Eagle. Yeah, even though I don't love it as a logo, I actually still like their original jerseys. The red, white, and blue with the stars. like the original ones from the '70s into the '90s. I like those, even if they're not like anywhere near their best. Brenda Moore raising the cup, absolutely, dude. That is probably is that the most uh emotional cup raise of all time? I don't know if I don't know. It might be. I can't imagine how loud that guy was screaming. That was a crazy crazy cup lift, man. Was exchanging words to a duck, and the duck was shoving him. There might be a fight. Ooh, Orlov and Gudis? I don't know. If they make oh, they had that Stadium Series jersey against the Canes that was illegal. Ovi got his first goal in the 2002 logo, yeah, yeah. And then he scored that one where he fell down and, like, scooped it behind his head. He scored that with the white Eagle or the white Screaming Eagle jersey, I wanna say. By the way, I didn't even, like, keep a tab on our poll. So 74 votes, that's pretty good. So 70% had the Sharks winning. Cool. We have a lot of beetles around our house right now. One just came flying over here. They're harmless too. That's one of the that might that's like probably one of the 10 greatest goals of all time. Wonder if reverse retros are returning in the future. I hope so. Granted, next year we're going to be, Fanatics is going to have a new jersey design. All right, so the Sharks have it in their zone. Shot from the point, they score. The Ducks score just like that. Gauthier tipped that in from the point, I want to say. And yeah, it's a one-goal game just like that. By the way, 9:31 left in regulation. Let me take a look at this again. That was a rocket, though, and Gauthier got a stick on it. So, and guess who was covering Gauthier? John freaking Klingberg. Here, Cortana, treat, treat. I had to throw that one to Cortana. She's gotten that. That was a sexy goal, though. Really, San Jose better tighten up. Yeah, freaking John Klingberg should be stapled to the bench. I can't even. I don't even know how long Dickinson has played because like I've seen him out there like once or twice. The Ducks have 5 goals on 34 shots. Shot from the point, and this one a little bit wide of Askarov. They were looking for a tip with Carlson there. Another shot from the point, blocked by Liljegren. Ducks breathing down on the Sharks' neck, and Askarov pad save. Can he cover up? Yes, he can. Woo. I don't know. I don't know why the Ducks are getting into the are getting toward the crease so easily. This is something that the Sharks were struggling so much with against the Golden Knights. But yeah, Kreider just barreling his way in there. Crosby deadline trade. If it happens, my hottest take was that if excuse me, Crosby got traded, Tampa Bay, Caps and Rangers tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we'll see if the Rangers have any goals in them. They hung up 6 against the Penguins. All right, Granlund from behind the net, and Celebrini strips the puck against him. That was a nice play. But the Ducks still have it. Celebrini in the corner. He's giving it to Mikhail Granlund pretty good. Former teammate. We love Granlund, though. Well, we wish that he would have come back. Blakeham now shot. Looking for a tip play with Troy Terry out there. Smith able to get this down to the end of the ice. No icing. Don't give your hope in trading for Crosby. Okay, I see. I was just making sure that you were still here with us, bud. Cortana's gotten 11 treats tonight. How is she doing? She looks a little slow earlier. She's it's later in the evening, so she's not going to be as hyper. You also have to remember she's almost 12, so yeah, it's like I don't want her to have to get up again necessarily. She's just like she's asleep right now. It's really cute. The white and yellow hat. Oh yeah, I'll show you. Let me wait until the whistle though, if you don't mind. Boy, the Ducks are just they still have their foot on the gas. Now that one deflects in the netting. So this is a Savannah Bananas hat. I don't know if people in Canada are that familiar, but the Savannah Bananas play their own type of baseball, and now they have their own league with like several different teams that they own. And so I got to see them in Seattle recently. It was really fun. Dustin Brown, well, they won with him. And you don't want to talk about Justin. You don't want to talk about Dustin Brown to Sharks fans. Do I have a Dallas Stars hat? I do. I have one. It's a beanie. It's a Winter Classic beanie. Orlov making a smart defensive play in this economy. Yeah. All right. Here, I'll get you that. 1 second. I, really, really. There's God. All right. Thanks for your patience. I literally pulled out this many freaking hats, this many beanies, just to find the Stars one. But yeah, this is my Dallas Stars beanie. One of our subscribers gave me this one. So it's a Winter Classic one. But I don't have an actual cap. All right. Oh yeah, the most ridiculous name in all of sports. I don't. I mean, they're up there, sure, but there's like what the Macon Bacon or the Biscuits. That's a minor league baseball team. They're literally called the Biscuits. All right. Sharks regroup. They're able to get that out of their zone. Mario got checked into the board. Should have been a power play. Well, you know what? At this point, the Sharks they need to learn how to. Their offense cannot be an excuse for their defensive play. You know, they say the best offense is a good defense. For the Sharks, it cannot be that the best defense is a good offense. I'm going to miss Ovi. I hope he gets a role in the organization. Hey, there needs to be a statue of him immediately. And yeah, if he wants whatever he wants, he'll never have to pay for a beer again or anything. One day I'd like to go to the tank. I hope you have a chance to make it over there. You betcha. That was one of the loudest buildings in hockey. Now, what seems like many years ago, but they'll get back to that at some point. All right, Graf. Nice check by Delandria on Gudis there. But the Ducks are still able to move the puck in a very clean breakout. Here comes Carlson. A shot. Askarov the save. He's got that in his breadbasket. The Montgomery Biscuits, the AA affiliate of the Rays. Okay. Yeah, I'm very thankful you're here. Yeah. There was another team I think called the Macon Bacon. I think there was. There was also the Macon Whoopie, which I think was that actually a hockey team? So yeah. Macon is actually Italian Georgia for those who don't know. We're down to 6:15 left in this here regulation. Something tells me this is probably not gonna end in regulation though. Sharks able to move it up. We got a 2-on-1. Here they come. Sharks. Kershev. Oh, Smith and denied by Mrazek. Do I think the Islanders will improve this season? I don't think so. I don't think they have that they've improved enough over the offseason. Yeah, Dorofeyev got the yeah, Dorofeyev is on pace for 137 goals this year. Last time I checked. Yeah. Here, do you want to see what other beanies I have? I just pulled out a bunch of beanies. I love this one that I have. It's a Buffalo Sabres Winter Classic from 2018. He's got the Winter Classic patch. We're at a commercial break, by the way. Askarov better stay in the net. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I like this one. This is a really solid one. Let's see here. Oh yeah, my sister actually. This was probably during COVID. My sister actually knit this herself for me. That was really sweet of her. And of course, it's teal and black. There's history of wrestling events in Vegas. Interesting. Then oh wait, this is from my favorite football team, the Vikings. Dan P, who also lives in Idaho. He's giving me a few things. Let's see here. We got wait, that's just a random. Then he also gave me this Nashville Predators one, which is from the 2020 Winter Classic as well. So I have both teams from that year. Hey, Skull, that's right. Yeah, so we got the Stars and the Preds. I love the goat head logo. Dude, I need to get like there. You can get like a new era hat that has the goat head logo and it's black. I got to get one of those. This is cool because I got this in Prague. So this is when the Predators and the Sharks played 2 games over there. That was back 3 years ago now. Love Prague. It's such a cool city. One more Vikings beanie. And then I've got a couple more here. These aren't. I don't know if this is all my beanies. It's most of them though. By the way, play has resumed here. Now here is Zellweger behind the net. Gautier's there. Ooh, nice save by Askarov. Can he hang on to it, or are they going behind the net? Oh god, that almost looked like that could have gotten dicey there. Ducks are regrouping with the puck here. So 5 minutes left. Let's see if the Sharks can get some zone time in the Anaheim zone. That was where they really fell short against Vegas. Kershev, he's going to get this down into the Anaheim corner. Able to get around Kreider. Beat up by Zellweger. He'll just dump it behind the net. Sharks will get a change. In the meantime, I've got the Ducks are going to break this out. Got this Wilkes Beret, Wilkes B Penguins hat that CJ, one of our other regulars, bought for me. That was really nice of him. Nick Leddy was a big reason why that didn't go in. Oh, well, thank you, Nick Leddy. Then I have a Twister Rister beanie, of course, with the old logo. And I've got my Sharks stealth logo here. Oops. Yeah, I know it's got some pet hair on it. Maybe it's my hair. I don't know. Yeah, this one's cool for the stealth logo from like the Adidas era. I like that one. And then this was also from one of our subscribers, from a Canadiens fan. It's funny. He gave me this Bruins one. All right. And yeah, the Ducks. Oh, that the Sharks are lucky that one actually fluttered past the blue line into the neutral zone. The Arizona Coyotes come back. There's optimism that Arizona's gonna get another team. It's just that they're not the first on the list. Terry looking down low. I don't know if Askarov got a piece of that. That went out though. I'm gonna put these back really quickly, okay? One sec, guys. All right. Ugh. How many Sharks hats do I have? Beanies and caps? Probably like I want to say like 7. Nice clear. Good clear by the Sharks there. All right, we're down to 340, guys. Sharks hanging on by a thread, and they just seem to have. Well, I understand if the guys are tired, but the thing is that you still have to like you have to press forward a little bit to get some zone time. Mintukov, he's gonna work this around, hit his own net, and now Granlund will chip it in. Liljegren, nice job celebrating getting that. He'll take this. Macklin trying to get around the defender, but it was a bobbling puck. So Sharks not able to get any zone time. Now with speed, Zellweger. He'll fire this one off of Liljegren. Celebrini scoops it up, and he's going to sky this into the neutral zone. Now down to 245. Why did Zegras leave the Ducks? This guy seems like he's a bit of a distraction. Seems kind of like a pretty boy. All right, Killorn. Beat up by Leddy behind the net. Eklund able to chip it past the defense. Sharks can get another change if they want. Flyers feel like a sleeping giant. I'd like to see them back in the playoffs in the upcoming years. I still think they really do need a true number one center. I mean, Zegras is certainly could be a valuable pickup. He seems to be fitting in fine over there. But yeah, I think that's kind of one big piece that's missing for them. Not to mention their goaltending. Like, who's going to be a good goaltender for them, right? But they're in a weak division, so I mean, I don't think they're going to be in the cellar. Now Gauthier trying to work it around the net. There's Zellweger. He's playing a lot of minutes this game. Lakem at the top. Now one timer and Askarov the initial save. There's a scramble in front of the crease. Sharks send it down. Bobbling puck it's heading toward the empty net, and it's not icing. That's good for the Sharks. As we get down to 115, Ducks with the quick re-entry. Leddy facing some heat. He's able to move it down. It'd be cool if the Mammoth. Yeah, I'd love that too, Omega. That'd be cool. All right, everybody. Final minute. Kreider shoots. Askarov the save, off the rebound, and they score. It's Kreider. And all night long, Askarov has had a hard time controlling his rebounds. It's a tie game. Drew Remenda, I like you, man. You're giving Askarov too much credit, though. He's making good saves, but the rebounds are fat. But yeah, there's nobody coming back to. Yeah, Ferraro's kind of flat-footed there. Yeah, Sharks can't hold a lead. Yeah, I mean, look at them. They're playing not to lose it, in these final minutes. Hunk still got it. Yeah, I think that's the second goal of the game for Chris Kreider. Even though I'm a Sharks fan and I am a Kings fan, do I do enjoy the conversation. Well, thank you. Actually, for a fan of a rival team, the Kings fans have been probably consistently the easiest fans to talk to. They've been right up there. Last time the Wild made it to the conference final was 2003. Yeah, that feels like forever ago, man. I remember watching that run a little bit. Oh god, and a terrible giveaway by the Sharks here. And man, the Ducks going for the kill shot there. The boy, this coverage is embarrassing. No drive from them. Get too comfortable with the lead. Yeah, and they're just chipping it. They're just chipping it down and they're letting the Ducks just get there's no aggression in the neutral zone at all. Now Liljegren and the Sharks will just eat the puck here. And guess what? We're going into overtime. Going to overtime. My only request is if you're watching this game, you're probably ahead of me, so just try not to spoil it in the chat. And we'll see if San Jose can get their act together. No, well, the Twins won 2 World Series, but that was 35 years ago, last time they did that. Sunday's tomorrow. Yeah, well, my football team doesn't play tomorrow, so there you go. Yeah, it is disappointing to see this, though. But yeah, wild is life. I'm hoping one day, man. I'm hoping one day before I freaking die. Some team in Minnesota needs to win a championship, and I hope it's this one. Cloud Machines is horrible. Yeah, I mean, hey, offensively, a lot of good things to take away here, but the the way that this team has let Anaheim just at their own will, like they're not contested at all when they're attacking whatsoever. And Askarov, he's made some pretty saves, but his rebound control has been bad. Cuban, it's still going on. We're going into overtime right now, so hold tight. 3 straight overtime losses, or overtime. Excuse me. I don't know why I read losses. Three straight overtimes. Here we go. Looks like the Sharks are on to 2 straight to start the year. Yeah. All right. Well, again, for our wonderful viewers, I'm going to be pretty locked in on this. I just request that if you're watching the game, you're probably ahead of me, so please just don't spoil it for me here because I want to see what happens in real time. Well, in what is real time for me, like I said, I'm probably a little bit behind on the screen here. So the Sharks have possession. Here comes Celebrini from center ice with speed, drawing a couple defenders. He shoots, and Mrazek got a piece of it. It rims all the way out of the zone, collected by Eklund. Sharks at least starting this off with some purpose here. Macklin again into the corner. Eklund works it around to Liljegren. Now Macklin trying to shake a couple defenders. Macklin, you said you were going to work on this, not going 1-on-2. Sharks lose. One shot, and Leo Carlsson wins it in overtime. That's frustrating, man. That's definitely frustrating. The Ducks win on a goal from Leo Carlsson in overtime. They get their first win of the season, and the Sharks have to be shaking their heads as they've let another late lead slip. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'll be hanging here for just a few minutes probably. But hey, I understand if you have to go, that's cool. Just please do leave a like if you haven't already. Yeah, that sucks. It's some good things to take away from this, but there are definitely there's definitely a lot of frustration here. See, Macklin said he was gonna work on his turnovers, and I know he's talking about trying to do it all himself, and that was a very poor decision for him. So I gotta give criticism where it's, warranted, and there Askarov, that was the second goal that he gave up tonight through the 7 hole, through the glove arm. His rebound control is poor. He made several really impressive saves. Defensive coverage, everybody is better bag skate tomorrow for that. Uh, but hey, the power play, generally speaking, looked pretty good. I think that some of the veterans really did surprise me pleasantly there. Yeah, early game of the year candidate right there. 13 goals. Yeah, but when you come out on the losing side, it's like, damn, those goals that we scored, that doesn't really mean a whole lot. Askarov too much hype. I mean, hey, it's first game of the year. He was injured last year, so it's been a while since he played a meaningful NHL game. But yeah, it's like, dude, you got some work to do, right? Give hugs from a Sabres fan. Hey, I appreciate that. I don't know why it's not letting me click on click. Okay, yeah, but hey, you know what? It's 2 games. We have 2 points. Hey, that's not so bad. Sharks are on pace for an 82-point season. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's pretty frustrating because, hey, you lose a third period lead against the Golden Knights. That's kind of one thing, right? And then you play the same at the end against the Ducks. You don't try to sustain any pressure in their own zone in the last 5 minutes. No bueno. That's not good. So that is frustrating, but, hey, I mean, at least we're finding the net. We've got, what, 9 goals in our first 2 games? I'm happy with that. I miss Ryan Miller. Yeah, I wish that, Askarov would have turned in a more Miller-like performance. Way to stay positive. Yeah, like I said, hey, we're on pace for 82 points this year. And, the Sharks, it wasn't one person getting it done offensively, it was a lot of players who were, contributing tonight. But, yeah, I'm curious to see, what Worstowski has to say post-game and the media and the content creators have to say. Because it's like, dude, we don't want a season where if we're gonna lose games, I would rather us lose games, where we're trailing 3-2 in the final few minutes and just can't pull it out, right? I don't wanna lose too many more games like this, right? A's Bias says, "Most games competitive." Hey, I mean, that's not false at all, and getting points. The third period collapses on leadership, they need to figure it out. I mean, it's competitive, right? But the thing is that the defense is not competing against the opponent's offense. Here, as I said earlier, the Ducks are getting into the zone, they're getting behind the defense, they're just basically teeing off on Askarov, and so, I mean, I'm sure that the leadership needs to take a look in the mirror, but everybody has to be culpable of that. Thoughts on, Kirill's contract? I mean, it's an overpayment. It is. Uh, I was thinking that, and then you saw what happened with McDavid. Granted, it's a short-term deal, and then you see, like, Kyle Connor and Jack Eichel. I figured that Eichel and Kaprizov would be worth about the same amount of money. Eichel's taking, what, 13 and a half. He's basically making what Nick McKinnon is. So, the good thing is that the salary cap is rising, but I think that like somebody was asking earlier, could the Wild sign a player like Connor McDavid in the future? And I said, no. I mean, like while they have Kaprizov tied up at 17, they won't be able to afford another superstar. So you're basically saying, I hope that somebody on that team, whether that's like Steve Buyam or Danila Yurov or, you know, even somebody that's been playing there for a little bit longer can actually become that superstar to pair with Kaprizov. So, I'm not a huge fan of it, frankly, but I hope it works out for them because, Minnesota, they're starved for superstar talent, so, like, I get it in one sense. I guess protecting the lead is the next step to this build. Well, the thing is that if they wanna protect their lead, they have to keep pressuring the other team, and they stopped pressuring the other team, and so that's why they lost. I went 2 for 5 today in sports. Where's your trap door at? I need to disappear. Well, I mean, the Sharks shouldn't really count because they're the Sharks, but, yeah, it's frustrating when you lose like this. But, hey, like I said, hey, it's a point. It's a point, right? I remember Mikko Koivu. Yeah, the Sharks need some Mikko Koivu right now, actually. They need somebody who's defensively sound. Back-to-back games, though. Yeah, well, see, exactly, Trevor, yeah. I don't wanna have to I don't wanna lose games like this too often. I'd rather we competed our butts off, but the other team just had more talent to get it done. Questions about our goalies in with the Kings? Um, Kemper's had a great career. You can't rely on him to be your whole backside, and, losing Gavrikov doesn't make things easier. But you know what has made things easier is having you awesome viewers to carry me through 3 hours and 20 minutes of streaming, and the Kraken that's kinda crappy for you guys, man. Dean, that's not a fun way to go out either. Well, anyway, it's still been hey, it's been a fun time with you guys, so thanks for hanging out with me here. I'll hopefully get another stream up on the channel pretty soon. 'Cause they've been hey, so far so good. Not necessarily gonna be Sharks, we might wanna show some love to some other teams out there, so be on the lookout for that, and, hey, once the Avalanche, uh, get their ish together and release those Nordiques jersey, I'd like to, make a ranking of the new jerseys that have been released in the NHL this year. So anyway, hopefully, yeah, Trevor pulling out the dangle. Somebody else said that earlier too, and you're entirely correct. Anyway, guys, have a great night. I'll be back soon enough, and members, we'll figure out something soon too, probably sooner than later versus the next channel stream. And yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here. I know that it's really late for a lot of you, so have a great rest of your weekend. Hey, hockey's back. That's what matters most. And much love. I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right. Have a good night.